Right, we are live, hopefully.
We are live.
Hopefully we are live, right? Let's go check on my phone and make sure this is working. If this is all like out of sync, like we can't do anything about it. Just deal with it. Right?
Okay, we are.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think we're here. Okay. We're here.
We're a bit out of sync, but it really doesn't matter. I can't be bothered. This is a stream all about raising money for animals. Sync doesn't matter. No one cares about sync right now. What we care about is animals, and we're raising money today.
The taps.
Yeah, we're raising money for the retreat, which is a really awesome animal sanctuary in the UK, which need our help. Oh, it's apparently I need to up my mic volume.
Right,
yeah. Bear with me. Okay, tweak the mic volume. Let me know if that's any better. If it needs to cut more, I can sort that. But actually, because this is on my channel, maybe Miss Vegan Gaze, do you want to introduce yourself to everybody, just in case there's anyone who doesn't know you?
Yes. Yeah, okay. I'm Vegan Gaze. Hello. I like vegan memes and I like animals, so that's why I'm here today. And I like anti-vegan nonsense roasting, so this is actually just like a perfect time for me. I'm gonna have a brilliant time roasting while we hopefully raise some money for a really good sanctuary, which we will tell you a little bit about.
We will
when everything's sorted. So.
Yeah. So basically what we're going to be doing this stream is we're going to be going over the anti-vegan videos of YouTuber ABLAZE and just basically ripping the videos to shreds and showing how his arguments are utter trash. And doing so, hopefully, we can encourage you guys to donate to the retreat, which you can do so by using the links down below. There's a Streamlabs linked tip, or if that doesn't work for you, you can donate by PayPal. We hopefully have set up some like donation alerts to come up. If they don't work, I'm sorry. This is the first time we tried this, but I will check on my phone and we can see whether you've donated and we can give you a shout out and stuff. Obviously we want to make sure this is amazing as possible for the animals. Obviously COVID has screwed over a lot of sanctuaries, as you've probably seen. So the more help we can give them, the better. So please give generously. That'll be very.
Could we also confirm that the audio quality is? Are we leveled?
Yeah, does everything sound a bit better now? Are we okay? Do we sound okay?
Do I need to go down? Does he need to go up? Do we need to go up?
It's probably me going up. I'm just gonna jump between the scenes there.
Person saying no.
Kirsten Mum's saying no. Nicole's just saying lads, which
lads.
I'll take that as a yes.
Chris is a bit low compared to Gaze. Okay, all right. Well, can you go up or shall I go down?
No, I've cranked me a bit more.
Do you want to crank me down via desktop audio?
No, you should be all good now. It looks about even on OBS. Right. So we should be
okay. Good. Another time, can we tell us we're good? We're good. Because once we got that, then we can start sharing this about in places where it might not be as welcome.
Yeah. So actually, and everyone, what we'd like to, obviously this is a charity stream. Oh yeah, don't worry about my camera having delay. I don't care. anymore. Like,
You don't know how much like effort has gone into
I've gone past caring. If I've got a delay, like whatever, I don't know what's going on. It was working perfectly, and then it's decided it's not going to. The only thing I could do, I can switch it on and off. We'll try switching it on and off. There we go. Turn it off and back on again. It's probably making zero difference, but you never know. You never know. Could make it worse. I don't know. I don't think it's made any difference. Anyway,
I'm going to put it in the Discord.
Yeah,
I'm going to put it in general right now.
So yeah, if everyone can share this, obviously we want as many people on as possible, because the more people we've got, the more donations we can get and the more we can help. So please share around. Let's make it all good. No difference, but it's cool. Yeah, time for debunking. Definitely agree with that statement there. Right,
I've posted it in there, ABLAZE's general, so hopefully he sees it.
Okay, so we've actually posted it in this guy's thing as well. So, I mean, should we play the video about the retreat first while we wait, so people can see what we're doing?
Good
so
idea.
So we got a little video about the retreat, which we wanted to show you, so you can see who you're actually donating to today. So let's get that on first, and you can learn all about it. So, right, let's switch over to the other view. And here we go.
Kinds of creatures.
Oh, I could hear myself back in something then. I don't know what was that about. Right, hold on, I'm going to...
That was me, sorry.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. That was me for a second.
Okay, right, let's just keep playing.
At any one time, we are home to over 1,000 souls on a journey of recovery.
It's not going to keep delaying like this.
Animals from around the world are set shelter here at the retreat. From hamsters to horses, wildlife casualties, and farmed animals who fell through the net.
Look at that little goat's face.
Our new friends just need time and patience to allow the most scared and scarred to heal from the malice of man.
Oh, I love them. We don't deserve animals. They're cooler than us, straight up.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Oh.
Take a look at the happy faces of our rescued family, which makes all the hard work worthwhile.
Oh, they're beautiful. The music.
To help us carry on our crucial life-saving work, please see the ways in which you can help the retreat and make a donation today. 100% of your donation goes towards the care of our residents.
So again, everyone, if you want to donate, obviously links down in the description. So please give generously, because these are the animals that are going to benefit from your donations. Even though this video was a few years old, but the retreat will benefit, and it's going to be good. So anyway, I think it's time we get to the main event and we get some roasting. So basically we found this channel called ABLAZE. He's got like 300 plus subscribers, and he seems to kind of do all these kind of anti-SJW videos, and he's chucked vegans into the mix along with them, which is hilarious because he makes videos about vegans being triggered, but it seems like he's more triggered than the vegans. At least the vegans have got an actual excuse to be triggered and not just, I like bacon though. That's which is basically it. So,
Yeah.
so anyway, Miss Vegan Gaze, would you like to choose the first video maybe? Is there one that kind of springs to mind that you'd like to get your teeth stuck into?
I think, because there's quite a few that are like, I mean, we could start, maybe there is one called What is a Vegan?
Yeah,
So it's a good like rounding up. I know that you wanted one maybe involving Joey to start with, so I'm happy with either of those two.
Oh, is he in there? Is he? Is Joey in that one?
He's not in that one, no.
Oh, it's up to you.
Okay, so I would say then it's got to be probably that.
What is vegan? Yeah, what is vegan?
Yeah, that was the first one I sent you.
Okay, right. Let's get stuck in with this. Right. Okay. Like I said, if you like what we're saying and you want to help the animals and you want to reverse the stupid effects of videos like this, please make a donation. Because in the end, what he's well, I'm just going to stop this quickly. What people are doing by making these anti-vegan videos is speaking against the animals you've just seen in the other video, basically. So yeah, let's rip the arguments apart and raise some money using their own content, which is under fair use because this is doing it for comment and criticism. So don't even try and send a copyright strike.
Eating a dog or a child in front of me.
Whoa, okay, hold up there, buckaroo. That might be a little bit extreme, don't you think so? Let's see, boys and girls. Let's try and break down this logic. Sitting down at a lovely restaurant, eating maybe some chicken or duck is the equivalent, apparently, to this man just sitting there and eating a newborn baby. Bro, what?
I love how he directly avoided the fact that the guy also said a dog. Like, oh, let's just jump to the extreme because he said a human child as well, and I can attack that. But actually, upon thinking about it, if it were a dog, I couldn't actually argue with that. Like, you're going to find that his argumentation is just not very good. He just doesn't tackle the argument and just tries to get, grasp at straws and get the extreme, and he's just done it there.
Yeah, I think you've just summed up what I was going to say anyway. So,
waffling on about. What's up, boys and girls? Welcome back to the best channel. Yes, everybody clap.
Questionable.
I didn't upload for the last 2 days. Big sad, but you're Papa Ablaze. He is back, and we're back with a slapper. We're back with Do All Vegans Think the Same?
We're back with I am triggered, so I'm making a video.
I legit thought that said speed run then. But yes, boys, we're back with this banging of a video. I know we've all been thinking it, so let's just jump into it.
Banger. It's a banger, my dude.
I'm looking forward to this.
Same.
I've actually seen the original of this, so it'd be interesting to see what it says.
You can be vegan for reasons other than ethical. 3, 2, 1.
I guess it's just like in the definition, veganism is a way of living which seeks to exclude as far as practicable and possible all forms of animal exploitation and cruelty to animals for any reason, clothing, food. It's about animals.
Yes, it's 100% about animals. If you're trying to be vegan for health benefits, which by the way we've already debunked that don't really do any health benefits.
Yeah, I'd love to see you debunk.
We had to pause it at the same time. I'm sorry, but the consensus is that a well-planned plant-based diet is suitable for all stages of life. Like, a pregnancy, childhood, all of it. Like,
yeah, please go and reference the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, which, just so you know, is the biggest collective of nutritionists and dietetics on the planet. And they've released a peer-reviewed statement that I think looked at over 100 other studies to compile to create this statement that say vegan diet is basically completely nutritionally adequate. So yeah, well done. You debunked nothing. Provide evidence. Let's move on.
Yes, I guess in some way, this is pretty much the only good thing about being vegan. Although there are definitely people out there that are vegan for the quotation mark health benefits. Apparently to this lovely young man, what does his teacher say? Queer vegan. Hey, when can I cop some of that?
Same, to be fair.
Merch. I need some of that. Apparently to this lovely young gentleman though, you can only be vegan for these type of political and reasons that he is doing it. Ethical reasons.
Well, that is
Did he just
literally
say
the definition.
ethnical?
and
He
that
just
is
said
literally,
ethnical reasons.
and it is literally the definition. Like he literally stated the definition of veganism. Like, how are you saying he's wrong
Yeah.
when he literally just read out the definition? Like,
And there are terms that are more applicable that talk about, like, you know, excluding animal products for your health, which would be plant-based. So they're right to be like, oh well, it's ethical reason because it's a philosophy. It literally
Yeah.
explains within itself what it is. And
yes,
it's like,
so if you're going to insult veganism, please actually look up what it is first before making videos about something you have no idea what it is.
what a good idea.
Just a note.
Being ethical for them.
I didn't become vegan with any sort of ethical reasoning in mind. I just was very sick all the time, and I just had an inclination that if I stopped eating animal byproducts that I would feel better, and I did.
Just halfway through talking, all the vegans that went to the left just look at her, beam their head over towards her, and they start running on all fours as they completely destroy her. You're not allowed to say that. This is the internet. What? You're not allowed a different opinion to me. Just looks over. laser
Why
beams
is he
this lady to death.
spiraling?
Oh my
He's
God, boys, I
spiraling
wouldn't even
right
be
now.
surprised. You know, like how
Does anyone just think that he's just a Leafy ripoff? Leafy is here.
I
Anybody?
think so.
Yeah.
heads have superpowers. Do you reckon when vegans are just...
Oh, hold on. Someone's saying the video isn't loud enough. Let's crank it. Well, not crank
Let's
it, but, you
crank
know,
it up.
put it to a reasonable
I can
level.
hear it, but it can be a bit louder. Someone, okay.
Absolutely off their nut on asparagus. They also have superpowers. I wouldn't be surprised.
Ethical reasons came as a
Hey,
result
asparagus.
of me looking at my health and seeing that change. I definitely have stayed vegan because of ethical reasons, but I became vegan for my health.
I became vegan for health reasons, but I think the end goal of veganism is animal liberation. So I feel like that's more plant-based when you're vegan for health or vegan for something else, because at the end of the day, we seek to use products that have no animals in them at all.
The reason why I went vegan was for the environment. Climate change is real. You could do more good for the environment by...
Wait, hold up, wait. So he did do it for ethical reasons. Why is he all the way over there? This kid got spirit, but I think he's a little bit confused. He just straight up is like agreeing with him. Like, yes, I did it for the planet, the earth, the animals.
I don't know about you, but I'm bored of this video already.
Yeah. It's a bit like, no, I think it goes up a little bit after
Yeah.
this. This is the problem. Like, he doesn't have very much to actually say a lot of the time.
Let's put this one on because I know that I've got a lot to say with this one. This is basically him.
Okay, all right, do it.
Yeah.
Order some takeaway that's not vegan.
Oh,
Okay, hold on.
boys, at this time you may be thinking to yourself, you know, it's getting...
Hold on. Wait for the buffering, everybody. As always, we all love a bit of buffering.
today.
Are you looking for this?
Oh, come on.
Boys, I mean, that's been me every day. Also, I really dig this. Boys and girls, welcome back to the ABLAZE channel. Best channel. Everybody clap.
Silence.
Some vegans doing what they do best. Protesting. I swear to God, the majority of
Is
these
it
vegans
not
don't have
playing
jobs.
for you?
Like, how are they finding the
No,
time
it's playing
to
now.
make these videos? Like, go
Is it working for
use
you?
a truck to block up traffic,
Yeah,
which if
the
you
whole
think
time.
about it, doesn't really make much sense because they're vegan, they're driving there, burning coal, which I thought like environmentally wasn't very friendly, and then they're having to go at these people for not being environmentally friendly. Big brain moment, boys. But anyway, let's just jump into this. My brain already hurts.
Completely
You're seeing a truck right now?
So you guys heard that. Go beef, it's good for you. What do you say? This is the attitude that we face at almost every visual.
Yeah, go beef. Go beef. Beef do be kind of good for you though. How can she even say?
Beef, kind of good for you though. I think the World Health Organization announced it was a class 2 carcinogen. Is it? I think. Well, it depends.
Yeah,
It is,
it's processed probable carcinogen. Yeah.
Yeah, so yay!
Say this, it's not a very big brain moment, I will be honest. Like, that legit makes no sense. Beef is good for you. What are you waffling on about? The briefing. Why is this all so serious? Like,
It's so serious because it's so serious because they're stood outside a slaughterhouse where animals are about to go to their death. I mean, it couldn't be any more serious. Animals are about to get stunned in the head. Large trucks are being taken in, and yes, they are going to try and stop them because they're going to show people the animals that people don't normally see. So hence why they're having a briefing, so people don't get injured and they can do what they can do. Simple as that, really, isn't it?
Like they're about to go storm the beach of Normandy. Like, what are they preparing? They legit are like preparing for battle right now. I wouldn't be surprised if they pan around like that and they were all just holding.
Wait, he can't seriously lack empathy this much that he doesn't like understand that being there and seeing animals who are just about to be killed, you know, for something as meaningless as a sandwich would just be something that's really emotionally horrible.
No,
like,
but I mean,
seeing what.
I mean, this goes, actually, it's worth bringing up. So if anyone saw my latest Instagram post, I put a little post up from a test stream I did, where basically I think that there are people like this, the people that are the most triggered, the people that make videos that are kind of like, oh, vegans, blah, 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 blah. They're generally the ones, I think, that are actually, it's gotten to the most, that they're actually having some internal conflict. Because if you really didn't care, you wouldn't even bother making a video.
No, he makes loads.
Yeah, there's got to be something inside you that's conflicting in some way. Otherwise, you would just be like, whatever, vegans, I don't care. So, I don't know. I reckon he's just on that, you know, as much as he's going to fight it and probably make a video about this and be like, oh no, I'm not going to be vegan, blah, 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 blah. I think there's a little bit inside him that's actually watching all these videos because he's genuinely interested. And maybe he actually does give a shit. And this is his outlet to try and make himself feel better because he wants to feel like, you know, like, oh, you know, they're all rubbish, so I'm just going to insult them and da-da-da-da-da to make myself feel better. But really, inside, he's thinking, oh, yeah, I probably shouldn't do this because I quite like animals.
The opposite could be quite, he doesn't actually really engage with it or think about it when he's doing these videos because, as he said, these videos are quite popular. He wants to increase his CPM. So, and vegans are a really good target. They're really easy. Nobody likes them. Nobody's actually listening to them. So maybe he's just switching off his brain when he's like making these videos because his responses are so, they're so weak, to be fair, that it's almost as if he's not really engaging with it. So I think it's one of the two. They're just really not thinking about it and wants to make a bit of money and do something popular.
Nicole just said in the chat as well, I think another explanation is he's just exploiting people's hate for vegans for views and likes.
Yeah, that might be the case, which is really sad when you think about it because you've got 56+ billion confirmed land animals who are killed every single year, becomes trillions when you account for marine life, and you couldn't even conceptualize trillions of animals being just killed every single year. So something should move you about that, and if it doesn't, you just trying to mock vegans as if they're, you know, it's got nothing to do with the vegans. It's all to do with the animals. Like vegans could be as cringy as you like. It doesn't take away from the fact that you know, the lives of these animals do matter fundamentally.
But we should give a shout out though. Taylor, who's sat literally near me, has donated. It's got it's got $26.30 from Taylor, and Dyers has said here have some legal currency. And have donated another $5.94. So we got our first 2 donations.
Yes.
Yay.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That was really happy. It's really good if we can get.
Keep those donations coming in, people, because obviously the more we can raise, the better. So we're currently at about $32. So come on, first target. Let's get up to 100.
Taylor be the human calculator? Do you think?
She's doing Sudoku at the moment, so.
Oh, she's doing Sudoku. Okay. All right. Who's going to keep track then?
That's right. I've got it on my little mini feed, so we'll work it out as we go.
All right. Okay.
Let's crack about it. Let's crack back.
Yeah, let's crack on.
guns and pitchforks. What kind of thing is this? All you guys are doing are basically going in the middle of the road and trying to stop a truck, but you're not really doing that because, as you can see here, boys, the police are already there. Somebody snitched. Was it you? So instead of that, they're just going to basically watch this truck drive by at the normal pace while holding a sign. And if you look, boys, the majority of the time, they can't even hold the sign the right way up. What even is the point?
Wait, he found one picture of someone doing it upside down and was like, well, half the time they can't even do it right.
Half the time,
Like,
0.001% of the time.
It probably took him like at least 30 minutes to find, like, it was like looking for another one. Like, oh, I need to find another example. It was like, I can't find one. Right. Clutch it.
We're outside the JBS slaughterhouse here in Dinmore, Brisbane. JBS is the largest meat processing company in the world. It's a multinational company, and this slaughterhouse here is the largest in the Southern Hemisphere, processing up to 3,350 animals a day.
So we're here today, a group of activists, to bear witness.
Wow, very cool. Very epic. I wish I could be part of this. You know what's going to happen? Like, legit. I mean, I say this in every video.
It's like, what a shitty thing to say. All these people are outside because they give a shit about animals being sent to their death for no reason. And you're just like, oh yeah, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm just going to say, you just sound like a prick, mate. Like, you just sound like a triggered prick.
Like, what part of, like, your life has gone, like, tits up where, like, having to, like, just give a damn about someone else is just not cool enough for you?
You know, and I'm not going to continue with the ad homs by kind of insulting, but like, it's just such a prickish thing to say, isn't it? Like, you got to remember, like we said, there's like 60 billion land animals that are all going to their death, and you might think, oh yeah, they're all well looked after and everything. I can tell you, as someone who's been to a slaughterhouse, who's been to factory farms, it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting what is happening to these animals. And I bet if we took you to a slaughterhouse to actually see what was actually happening, you would probably think the same too, because you're probably not a prick underneath it. Or you're being a prick in this video, but I'm sure if we sat down and had a proper conversation, you'll probably be all right. And you'd probably be like, okay, fair enough, if we actually took you to these places. So what I'm going to say is, take a step back, look at what they're actually doing, look into it, research it, actually see what happens to these animals. Like, if there's pigs, was it pigs or cows going into the slaughterhouse? I can't remember.
I think they're pigs.
The pigs. So if they were pigs going in, okay, these pigs are put into gas chambers, okay? They're literally lowered into CO2 gas, where basically they just burn from the inside and flash around. Look up pig gas chambers on YouTube and then tell me whether you think that is ethical. Because when you're mocking these things, you're literally mocking the people trying to help make this stop and supporting it. Because I know there's plenty of videos where you're like, oh, but meat, but bacon though. That you're literally supporting pigs stuck in gas chambers. So I'm just going to say, we've had another 2 donations. The legend, we've got 2 legends actually, 2 legends. Michelle Lowe, for a start, donated $5.64. I'm saying shark. I don't know why she said shark, or unless it's shark.
That's a hedge herbivore thing.
Is it? There's also a animal rights organization called Shark on. Showing animals respect and kindness. So go and check them out. And the legendary Louis Gado has donated $20. So amazing. And he said, a good cause deserves our support, even if it's just $1. Thank you so much, Louis. And Pantelis, absolute hero, good friend of mine, has just donated $50.
Oh my goodness.
Smashing it in already.
You people. Thank you so much, lads. That's brilliant. Wow.
Yeah, this is going to be amazing.
Very happy.
And the retreat are going to be super happy with this. So yeah, right, let's carry this on and keep those donations coming in.
Before we do carry on the video, I just want to say, if ABLAZE thinks that it's just like a ridiculous request for us to say, right, we'll take you to a slaughterhouse, we can instead, if you don't want to do that, we can literally show you footage that we've seen with our own eyes. Because that's another thing we can do. So you don't even have to take you anywhere. We can literally just show you where we've been and just, go through it, descriptively what it was like. Obviously, being there in the flesh is just a completely different experience. It really brings the morbidity to light. But I'm sure, like, you're fronting a lot, and you do have the capacity to give a damn about others. So,
and I will actually say as well, ABLAZE, if you want to go to a pig factory farm, contact me. If you will make a video about going inside there, I will literally take you inside a pig factory farm, and you can see exactly how these animals are treated for yourself.
Then you might see why
yeah,
we care
yeah,
so much. So
yeah. You'll see why people give a shit. You know. Okay, let's crack on.
Video, but about 20. They're just going to be standing in front of gardens being like, we're here today, protest against these vegetables being picked. Vegetables have feelings, you know. This farm here normally picks.
oh my god, this just shows either like how little he understands the value of animals and sentience. Like he's really trying. No, vegetables are not sentient. Like, are we really like having to have this conversation in 2020?
You're not going to find vegans saying that. You're going to find people like yourself saying
Who
that.
say that? Yeah, like it's never gonna be us being like plants' feelings though, because we understand that that's not how sentience works. That's just silly. Let's
Picks
continue.
around 20 million blueberries and 1,000 carrots every day. It needs to be stopped. This is injustice. It's been proven you can live off oxygen. We should just live off oxygen. You wait, boys. I give it another 20 years.
Witness to the animals that are about to have their throats slit. We were intending to stop the trucks and get closer to the animals just to provide some footage and say goodbye to the animals. The police have come in and they're not letting us stop the trucks. We'll see how the day turns out. I don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to try and get as close to these poor innocent beings as we can before they head in.
Mission failed. We'll get next time. So yeah, like I basically said, they're just standing there at the side of the road, seeing a truck go past, and that's pretty much it. I get like protesting for like some of these things and stuff, right? If the farm doesn't have good practices or whatnot, but legit, it's just at the
define good practices. Okay, this is where you're completely uneducated. Okay, you're one of these people that's going to think like, oh yeah, there's these nice humane farms where they treat all their animals well and all that kind of stuff. I mean, please tell me how you kill like someone nicely that doesn't want to die or doesn't need to die. How do you do that nicely? This whole myth that things are humane is literally a myth. It's not possible. Like I've been to what was arguably, I'd say probably what would be classed as one of the most humane slaughterhouses around, like that would have ever existed. They were completely transparent. They gave me an entire tour of the slaughterhouse. We saw the CCTV footage. They were talking about how, you know, they started that slaughterhouse because they didn't like the big industrial ones, and you know they wanted to make sure all the animals were looked after and everything. And the routine basically was the pig would get led nicely out of its pen into another holding pen, then get electric stunning things to the head. I mean, you know, we're talking humane already, literally getting electrocuted in the head so to knock them out, and then have their throats slit. And then the cows are getting a bolt gun to the skull and then getting hung upside down and getting their throats slit. I mean, this is meant to be like the most humane way of doing it. And the way you got to think about it is there a nice, you know, would there be a nice way to kill you? Is there any way that you would accept when you don't want to die? Because I know people instantly go to, well, you know, if I wanted to die, I'd get, you know, the injection or whatever and get put down. And we're like, no, you don't want to die. You have a will to live. Is there a nice way to kill you? Of course not, because you've got a will to live. So
yep, not a nice way to take that choice away from you. And guaranteed, if he saw these factory farms and everything, he would think that that's bad, and that's not good practice. But bad news for all these people who don't like that: 90+% of the animals who are farmed on factory farms. So you know someone is going to have to give up, and by someone I mean the majority. So it's got to be really up to you. If you don't want to see these bad things happening, I would argue, just like Chris, that there's no actual humane way to even do this, because you wouldn't want that choice imposed upon you in the first place. But you know, if you don't like the worst of the worst, well, the worst of the worst is the majority. Sorry about it. Like, so you're gonna have to, you know, do your part and give it up. So
yeah, exactly. Shout out to Vohan for donating. Another $6.57 there, and Evelina has donated $10. They're all coming in. Thank you, everyone. You're absolute legends. You know, ABLAZE, this is what we want to see more of. Look at all these people donating money to try and help animals. They're basically supporting the animals that you are speaking up against right now. Because in the end, when you mock these videos, you're mocking the animals. And these animals, you know, the ones that are lucky end up in sanctuaries and stuff. And all the money that's being donated now is going to help them have a good life, a real life, not a life where they're going to be exploited and killed. So, I mean, why not change direction a bit? stop being so triggered by this and do something constructive and help these animals instead of just basically mocking their suffering, which is what you're doing right now.
Yeah, because when you talk about being triggered, it's quite funny. Sorry.
Okay, carry on.
I was going to say, like, when you talk about being triggered, it's like we vegans, we've heard it all before. Most of us, really. I can't speak for everyone, but I personally do not care what someone has to say to me about being vegan. It doesn't bother me that I'm vegan. I'm quite happy that I'm vegan. I'd rather that it wouldn't be this, rare thing to be one. But like, it doesn't really matter to us what you've got to say, So I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah.
But
one thing I'll tell you the thing I will say is that he's going on about, vegans being triggered. Of course we're triggered. Why should we not be triggered when there's so many animals going to their death? What's your excuse for being triggered? You just can't eat a bacon sandwich. Like, that's what I would say. We've got a valid excuse to be annoyed about what's going on. You're just like, oh my God, I can't eat a sausage. Like, get over it. Get over it.
Yeah,
eat something else. Like, come on.
It's so perplexing because you just could guarantee that if he saw like an animal face to face, he'd have the same triggered reaction that we would anyway. Like, he'd be there upset. He'd want to stop it. I'm supposing he has the capacity to empathize. So it's like, I don't know why he's so fixated on like triggering us and making fun of us and just like pretending that the animals aren't even really in the equation. It's bizarre. It's all about vegans and not about actually, animals. So
okay, let's carry on. Click that play.
Yeah, sorry.
Let's go.
Why even bother, man? Trying to legit stop the truck in GTA. Why? And like I said, you're going to give them an inch. They're going to take a mile, boys. They're going to be doing this in front of gardens soon. When you buy, I die. Great sign.
An extremely truthful
Great sign.
Fact. Blatant fact. So, I mean, if you're just trying to take the piss out of that sign, that is literally could not be any more fact. Like, you pay for them to die. Like...
Have you noticed? Have you noticed that when there is actually a fact presented to him, he just goes, "Good one."
Yeah.
that's it. Like,
oh, we got another donation from I hope I say it right. Is it Bilal? Donated $6.57. Said plants don't have feelings. Can't believe this needs to be said. Yes. Don't we all?
No, we are going to be protesting in 30 years when animal liberation is found, and we're going to look out for the potatoes for sure.
Cucumber rights. That's what we're about.
My agenda.
Pretty sure they die even if you don't buy, but fair enough.
Into the slaughterhouse.
Wait, what did he just say?
Oh, he said, I'm pretty sure they die if you don't buy, which is again true. But like, what does he expect?
Yeah.
What does he expect? A sign saying "You buy or not buy, I die." Like, do we need to be like completely accurate?
But we better say, just in case, because it doesn't seem to compute with these people, that if we didn't demand for them to be killed, if it wasn't the norm for them to be killed, for us to consume, then they wouldn't be bred into existence in the first place. It's not like they're magically there, just randomly hanging about, and we're just like, oh, well, you're going to die anyway, so we might as well use you up and be resourceful. No, we breed these animals into existence to exploit them. So let's make that clear, that if we stopped, they wouldn't have to die and be killed, and so it's just nonsense.
You know your argument's so low level when you have to pick out a sign to say like, oh, it's not completely factual because if you don't buy, they die. What? So our signs are going to say if you buy, they die. If you don't buy, they die. Even if we don't do anything, they're still going to die naturally at some stage. Do we need to put all these things? They might get hit by a car and die. Like...
If you don't buy me, I will die one day. It doesn't suddenly mean that you are allowed to enslave me and kill me.
Yeah.
Like,
it's the equivalent of being a grammar Nazi, isn't it? When someone picks at someone's spelling, that's literally the level of argumentation we're getting here.
Oh, they're
Is
cows.
it me as well, or is like the majority of this seem to always be from Australia? I don't know. Is that just me? Mind you.
Yep, just you. We can show you plenty of footage from the UK if you want to see UK save footage. I literally run one of these groups. So if you want to see this, I will gladly link you, or just go check out my channel. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell.
It would be a bit weird if they were doing it in Africa. They're just protesting against the lions. It's not food, it's violence. Yeah, good luck trying to say that to
Oh my god.
You can tell he's been watching DXE videos as well, can't you? How many videos is this guy watching? Which is like, why would you go to the effort of watching all these videos?
I know, and then you still wouldn't understand the arguments that you're presenting. Like, can I just clarify? Because if he does watch this back, he does need to know. I need to know that he's heard it. That, you know, we wouldn't go to a lion and tell them not to consume animals. One, they are carnivorous to begin with, right? We're not. And two, they don't have the capacity like we do for moral agency. So we have the ability, and this is weird, we kind of pick and choose when we have this feature, but we have the ability to distinguish right from wrong. So when, you know, someone wants to murder over territory, which is a natural thing, or, you know, do something else that's natural but harmful, we can be like, no, that's wrong. You know, that should not be something that's acceptable within society. Is my cat screaming? Sorry.
The cat's going, yeah, you tell him. You tell him.
Yeah! He wants to come in.
You tell him.
Hang on, mate. Yeah, they don't have the ability to understand right from wrong, but we do. It's just like children. They don't yet have the capacity to understand right from wrong, but we can teach them. So we take it upon ourselves to, you know, learn right from wrong and apply it to them. We can't tell a lion physically, and we wouldn't do it. Like, you have to just jump to these weird situations that we would never find ourselves in instead of addressing the actual argument. Please stop.
We need to give a shout out to Twisted Hippie, who's just donated another $5. I'm currently trying to log into my PayPal on my phone so we can keep a tally of the full amount, but it's not letting me log in, which is always fun, but we will figure it out.
Okay.
That's it. Keep playing, and yeah, I will try and log in.
Okay.
It's kind of hard, like, not to laugh at that, right? I'm sure all the vegans watching this are like, wow, how ignorant this YouTuber is. How dare he? But no, boys, it do be kind of funny. It's just like stopping the truck and everything, right? It's like, for sure, have your own beliefs and stuff like that, but...
So wait, he finds the truck content funny? Is this guy for real? Is he just, like, not a nice person? Is that what this is?
I don't know.
I'm just going to assume he's not made the connection and that he actually is nice. But it's not looking good.
We just received another donation for $12 from Joseph, saying much love. Yeah. So thanks, Joseph. Very much appreciate that.
Thank you, Joseph. Thank you.
Yeah, still can't log into my PayPal. Don't know what's going on, but we'll figure it out.
But just going out of your way and really pushing it on people and trying to make people lose their job over, like, your own beliefs, that's where I kind of...
Oh, the lose your job over your own beliefs. Number one, right? Okay, this is how it's always worked from the moment in time. You're telling me right now that all the jobs that have existed once upon a time still exist today. We can't just keep industries practicing if they're unethical because jobs, though.
Yeah, it's like
you can apply that to so many different things that are really unethical.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, does he still think that bullfighting should continue because people will lose their jobs? Should we continue that? You know,
there's cockfighting. People make loads of money from. There's people who literally put drugs in animals who that's their job.
What about drug sellers? Drug sellers, if we got rid of them, what about all the poor drug sellers got to lose all their money? What about the child traffickers? So that they're going to lose money if we stop that. It's not a good argument.
Dog fighters, or what about greyhound racing, where they find them, drugging up the greyhounds on cocaine? Like, that's their job.
Yeah.
Like, should they keep it?
Yeah, unethical practices need to stop, regardless if people are going to lose their jobs. Jobs is not a valid excuse to continue something which is unethical. You would never accept that in any other context. If someone started an illegal baby fighting ring, right, and then and it got really big on the underground, you're not going to say, "Oh no, we need to let the babies fight." Let the babies fight because people will lose their jobs. Those people selling the baby fight merch will lose their jobs. What possibly will they do? It's a terrible excuse.
It's such. Oh, that just shows that you just haven't got much of an argument if that's what you're resorting to. The jobs, though.
Yeah. Oh, we got another donation from DT. Said, I do the best charity streams. Nobody does them better, but this is a close second. Hey, I think we should just build a wall. We should build a wall around the animals, the greatest wall. That way they can live in peace and admire me for my great mind. He's like the nice Donald Trump. The nice Donald Trump who wants to build a wall, but for animals to protect them.
Tremendous.
Oh, and it is DT. I actually just figured that out. The donation is from DT as well. Maybe it is the nice Donald Trump. Who knows?
It's the nice, yeah, right.
But yeah, thanks so much for that. That's amazing.
I kind of draw the line. Like I said, I can completely understand. I get it, like animal lovers and everything, but they also say you can't love animals and eat them at the same time. But that makes no sense, bro. I'm like the biggest dog person ever, but like to a vegan.
Right. Look, think about it.
I'll let you take this because this is like.
Right. Number one, you don't have to love animals to leave them alone. I was about to swear. Sorry about that. Look, I don't love you. I don't know you. Okay. Sorry to break your heart, but I do not love you. But I don't have to love you to leave you alone, to grant you value, to leave you be and give you basic rights. All right. It's the same with animals. You don't have to love someone's dog to leave them alone. We don't have to love animals to just be vegan and leave them be. And secondly, how does it not, the way he's like, that just makes no sense. How can you not love animals while you eat them? Right, just repeat the question again and listen to yourself. How can I not love animals while eating them?
Yeah.
Right,
Can you love children and eat them at the same time? Is that okay?
Without making it, extreme, because he'll just probably, clutch at that. But
yeah, be like, guys, did you hear that? He said children. He compared children to animals, guys.
But, the same sort of context, it's not equating, it's analogizing. They're two different things, ABLAZE. So basically, it's to see if your logic follows in another context. So, can you love children while harming them in a different way? Can you love, your partner while harming them in another way? Can you love dogs while eating them? Can you, love dogs while like physically hurting them? I feel like if an animal lover came along to you and they were like, I'm an animal lover, but they were a hunter, you'd probably say, no, you're not, because you hunt animals. If someone was a slaughterhouse worker and they said they loved animals, you'd probably go, no, you don't. You kill them for a living. Like, why is it so different for you? Like, you love dogs, all right? I could grant you that, but you don't love animals. You don't respect them. If anything, you may just love them for what they do for you, which, is selfish if that's the case. But you don't love animals, not truly. You're not engaging with their individual personalities, wants, and needs. You don't love them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think you just need to reassess what love actually means.
You love some animals. That's what it is. You love some. You love dogs. You love cats. You probably like dolphins. You probably like, gorillas, or whatever, all the stuff like that. But that does not extend across all the species of animals. Like you can't. It's just a complete contradiction. What you're saying is, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and there's no probable relevant difference between the animals that you can find a distinction for that actually makes any sense whatsoever. And as Nicole says, ABLAZE, if your definition of love includes sending someone to be ground up alive, you need to rethink your definition of love. And that's in reference, to, for example, chicks, day-old chicks who get ground up alive if they're male for your eggs. And I'm sure you eat them, so...
Yep. Let's press play.
Vegan. Hitler, who was actually vegan too, so fun fact. But when they're like out going to places trying to stop it, I mean, of course they're going to act this way because they've all gathered there today to try and stop these people, and the police are just being like, nope, and they're trotting along just fine.
So you guys heard that. Go beef, it's good for you. What do you say? This is the attitude that we face at almost every vigil, but You know, these workers, they earn a living from slitting the throats of innocent beings. They're doing their job. They think that it's...
No, what was the quotation marks there? They're doing their job. Ugh. Yeah, it quite literally is their quotation marks job. Bro, like, what is that kind of attitude? And it's so easy to go on the other hand, like, oh man, like when the truck driver just gets out of his truck, he's like, oh man, those vegans, it's not food, it's violence. Stupid, I don't know. Those protesters. Silly people.
providing food for people.
Is he actually going to make any sort of argument? It's just kind of like, oh, vegans are silly.
Oh, they're stupid.
Silly people. Like, make an actual argument about veganism. Please give one proper argument about why we should send animals to their death when it's unnecessary. I'd really like to actually hear a proper argument, not just like, oh, vegans, they're silly. Like,
and the fact that he was questioning the quotation marks, she's saying doing their jobs, because the job that's being done is extremely unethical. There have been so many times in the past where, and to this day, there are other practices that still exist today where someone can go, I'm just doing my job. And that would probably trigger you. You'd be like, yeah, but your job's horrible. So it's like, why are you doing it? That, you know, if you're harming people and you just say, I'm just doing my job, it's gonna anticipate certain emotions in people, because a job shouldn't be something that hurts others. Ridiculous. I'm begging you, just make an argument. I'll pay you.
It's very hard for someone to, what is the quote, Luca?
Understand something when their paycheck depends on them not understanding. So it's a completely normal reaction, isn't it?
Which actually probably applies to you, doesn't it, Blaze? Because you said, oh, these videos do well, like I'm looking to increase my CPM, you know, make some money. And it's very true. As soon as a paycheck's involved, suddenly you'll do things that you wouldn't otherwise bring yourself to do. And that's what we've seen time and time again. That's why so many people have done very, very bad things within a job throughout history and to this day. And I think it's happening to you as well, because you're not willing to open your empathy to other sentient beings. You don't even have an argument to provide. You just rather sit there and encourage other people to mock a movement that is, you know, solely focused on trillions of victims, like literally trillions. Just so what? You can get some views? It's a bit sad, to be honest with you.
Oh my god. I like how they're talking to us like we're children. What's that, Barbara? We need to dumb it down for our audience.
Yeah,
I think we do need to.
Exactly what I was going to say. We do need to dumb it down, because the thing is, people don't listen. Like, how easy is this? Like, listen, ABLAZE, if you're watching, listen to this, okay? Trillions of animals every year get killed in horrific ways so people can have a sandwich which they do not need, okay? And to stop it, we stop doing it. It's that simple, okay? The thing is, if it was that easy and we could just say that, everyone would just stop. But no, we have to dumb it down, because people can't even understand that simple concept of not killing when it's unnecessary. So that's just what we've been brought to do. We don't want to be able to do that. Like, we just want to be able to say, hey guys, like, this is going on, this is disgusting, we probably shouldn't support it. And people go, yeah, you know what, we shouldn't. But they don't listen. Like, people are making us have to dumb it down. Like,
yeah,
it's ridiculous.
And about the whole speaking to us like we're children, well, people use very childish like tactics in order to, you know, not maturely deal with the concept. You know, the denial, the projection, the cognitive dissonance. It's very childlike to just be like, no. So that's why you're being spoken to like a child, my dear.
Yeah, and some of the replies you're giving back, though, are like that of a child. Like, I'm sorry, but you sound like a kid, some of the replies you're saying. Like, you know, I've watched other videos and you're like, they're trying to get rid of me. Like, it's kind of like, you're protective over a sausage. You're being protective over a sausage. Like,
not just sausage, a specific sausage, because you can literally get, like, Richmond vegan sausages now. So you're getting childish over a specific sausage. Oh, mummy, I'm going to have to put my hand in a different place in the supermarket. I just don't think I can do it.
It is ridiculous, though, isn't it? It's just like, oh my God, I can't have bacon in my sandwich. It's like, get over it, mate. There's bigger things in the world. There's bigger things. There's other things to eat. So this is why we have to speak to people like a kid, because they're acting like a kid. You would never act like this in any other way, would you? It would be ridiculous. For any other context, you'd never act like this. Imagine being like, I'm trying to think of a way to do it. Imagine if you were, I don't know, your argument for homophobia was something. I'm trying to think of like the equivalent of what it would be for something.
Okay, yeah, like, come on, Chris, like, tell me why you should be, like, homophobic towards me. Tell me, come on.
Yeah, they'll be like, yeah.
Because the homophobes would lose their jobs.
No, yeah, because it would be something like, because they'll buy too many of the coloured vests and there won't be as many coloured vests for everybody else.
Me? I could order them somewhere else. Yeah. I don't want to.
Skinny jeans, there won't be as many. Like, is that kind of equivalent of argument? It's like, it's so utterly ridiculous that I can't even think of a good one.
I want a rainbow on my wall, but everyone will think I'm gay.
Yeah, it's literally like that.
There we go.
So yeah, that's why basically. That's why. If you reply like a kid, you're going to get spoken to like a kid. If you want to be spoken to like an adult, act like an adult.
These non-vegan idiots would understand. Us high intellectual beings that are better than everybody else. I'll try and dumb it down for them. Basically, guys, it means people that depend on a paycheck don't want to give it up because that's how they make a living. Following with me? And that.
Yeah, because these soldiers at Auschwitz, they need to make a living, everybody, so we should have probably just continued it and let everybody die, because everyone needs a paycheck.
Oh, careful there, because he'll think you're equating it to Auschwitz then. He won't understand what an analogy is, because we're dealing with quite low level. Or he'll think you're thinking it's the same thing. Oh
probably,
my God.
Probably.
Oh.
No, I'm just showing that your logic is that ridiculous that statement would follow your logic. That's all I'm saying. Like,
yeah, and analogies are allowed literally anywhere else. I'm sure you analogize a lot of the time, and it doesn't matter to you. You can understand the distinction that you're not saying something's the same thing just because you're comparing it. Yeah. But when it comes to veganism, suddenly, quick, tell them that they think we're Hitler.
Yeah. Quick. And by the way, I really hope you do a reply to this, because we need more vegan content online. So please do this. Please include our arguments, because they're going to be definitely stronger than yours, and we can make response videos. So
please debate us.
Yeah, and we will happily debate you one-on-one. And just so you know, like, yes, we are roasting you right now because this is a stream to roast you on purpose to raise money for animals. But if you did want to have a civil discussion, we're more than happy to. Look back on our channels, you can see that we can be reasonable people, you know.
You can.
But yeah. But for what we're doing here, I'm sorry, mate, you're going to get roasted, and we're going to raise money for the animals that you're speaking up against. So yeah, just expect it.
If you have a problem with it, really, you roast people and you don't give money to animal sanctuaries, so you'd be like lower on the tier. So, you've got no leg to stand on in this case. Yeah. So,
yeah, you got one leg. You've got 0 legs, half a leg,
no legs.
a stump,
got legs,
a flipper.
That's just how that works. It's kind of crazy, huh? I like how they skip on the fact that eating meat is literally like required to live. No.
Mate, do your research. Do your research. If it was required to live, if meat was required to live, I would have died years ago. I gave up meat in 2002. 2002.
I've been vegan for 6 years. I'm actually a ghost. I'm
2020.
I'm among the dead.
Like, seriously. Like, what are you on about? Oh, God.
We are so past this. The scientific consensus is so past this. Why are you so far behind in your understanding of what is required for us to consume? Yeah, this is not on. Like, how old are you, Ablaze? Like, there's a video where he looks kind of like my age. Like,
yeah, I think it's like early 20s or something. Or
he should know by now.
Yeah, dude, please do your research before you roast. One, please learn what veganism is. Secondly, please do your research on whether people can, like, live without meat. Obviously, they can. Like,
Michelle Rowe
died in 82.
Michelle Rowe. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Michelle.
Oh my god.
We'll dedicate this stream to you as a memorial.
That's the thing, like these would be like anecdotal claims, but if that were the case, it was literally required for our existence, we would literally be dead right now. We would absolutely just be dead. Why are we not?
Yeah.
Like, or we're not dying. You know, I'm fine. I literally work in a hospital, so I'd know quite quickly.
What about these people that haven't eaten meat since birth? Did that mean they were born and then died instantly?
No, they just never existed, Chris.
They're just ghosts.
Yeah.
Blaze, no, it's not. You can easily live off a plant-based diet.
Yeah, while taking pills and supplements at the same time, I wouldn't really call that natural, would you?
If
hang on.
Natural.
To survive.
We stopped and paused at the same time.
There we go. Pause. Right. Who's going to go first?
You go.
Right. Firstly, supplementation is actually advised for everybody. When you look at something as simple as a B12 deficiency, B12 deficiency is something that only really pops up when you're talking of vegan discourse, right? But B12 deficiency is actually quite common. It's about 38% in the US. I think it was more.
I think it was more than that. I heard it was about 60% of the US is B12.
Yeah, a lot of people are heavily deficient. You know, for an anecdote, I do work in a hospital, so I see a lot of people who come in with deficiencies. And I've seen one vegan in a hospital so far. You know, we're a small sample group, so that's understandable. But it is advised that people supplement anyway, regardless of whether they're vegan or not, because there are a lot of holes in the average standard diet. So that is advised. It's not this vegan thing. And not only that, why it's not very natural. Look at the main animals we consume. A chicken, they are selectively bred to be about 3 times the size they usually are. There's
Zero of the animals you're eating are natural. Zero of them are natural.
No, they've been selectively bred and completely changed from their original form. They're not natural. You probably drink dairy milk, my dude. Do you think out in nature you'd be sucking the tit of a different species of animal?
And you do know that a lot of these animals are getting fed supplements as well, right? There are B12 supplements to feed cattle and stuff. Not in all cases, but a lot of cases, especially ones in factory farms, which is the majority. You know, they're not getting where they get their natural vitamins, which is from plants, because they're being fed like whatever in factory farms. So they get supplemented. So all you're doing is getting your vitamins through the body of another being, which is supplemented. So
yeah, not only that, but they in their bodies a lot of the time they can be pumped with things like antibiotics, which are very unnatural. You know, they're cramped in conditions that are very unnatural. You consume them a lot of the time in probably a very unnatural way, like hot dogs or fried. These are not natural things. If you want it to be natural, go out and eat squirrel, like gut them alive, and eat them raw. That would be how we do it naturally. Like we are very far. Like in so many ways, you're literally on a computer right now making a video talking about this, telling us, oh, can't do that because that's not very natural, is it? It's not a natural thing to do. So therefore, don't do it.
Natural is not going to Asda, picking up some bacon and a block of Cathedral City cheese. That is not.
So you're just cherry picking when you decide that it's going to be fine. You can't do something because it's not natural.
Yeah,
that's
cheese strings are natural, aren't they? The natural cheese string, the natural baby bell. You'll see them around all the time.
This dude radiates pot noodle energy.
Yeah.
Right. And there are a few vegan pot noodles, so I'm down for a pot noodle.
I went to a forest once. Right, I went to a forest once, and I saw a wild doner kebab. It was just walking along the floor.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah, it was great. And you remember those Munch Bunch yogurts? Yeah, I saw them once in Africa. They were fighting a gazelle. So yeah, nature though. We should carry on. We can talk about nature though forever.
We
Anyway.
could. It's
Big
hilarious.
doubt on that,
Oh my
boys.
God.
Really? I don't think so.
Think of the words.
You don't think. That's the problem. We need you to think.
Exist.
To make food. What? That makes no sense. I mean, the word's kind of in the name. Like, I'm not trying to be an asshole right now or anything, but okay, we're moving on.
Coming in as living beings, these animals feel.
Look at the fear in their eyes.
Oh yes, boys. Look at the absolute fear. You see this? Look at the fear. I mean, this one here especially is terrifying. Bro, like, where?
I mean, they probably just edited that clip in, and you can probably see them poking their head out the top. Like,
Yeah, and a lot of the time they've probably got like those, them extended tripods, so they're able to see it and they're showing other
Yeah.
people. That's the purpose. It's not just, going out there for fun to have a sad time to yourself.
Yeah.
They're streaming live. They're making clips, trying to show people the final moments that an animal experiences before they're killed. So,
Imagine making this video, mate. If this was a truck full of dogs, would you be there mocking it as well? Being, oh yeah, you couldn't see the dog's face, haha. That's funny.
yeah.
Like,
'Cause
really?
there literally are these clips online, and you know what, you
Yeah.
find there's pictures of people, activists being very upset that the dogs are going to slaughter, and then you have people surrounding them doing just what you're doing, laughing.
Hmm.
They
Oh, we got a few more donations. So we got Vegan Men Cod Bod has donated. Veg Cod Bod donated $10. Absolute legend. We've got Tom donated $10 and said, "Twisted, don't forget the terrible movie night." So that's a message to you there, Twisted. And we got Chris Hines, Sex Slave.
Who's gone in my account?
Yeah. They've donated $6.57 and said Chris Hines has the best vegan sausage. Was that you, Taylor? No, it wasn't Taylor.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
But I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's all good. Anyways, right, on with the video, right? Thanks, guys.
You can't even see them. They're just making this up. The absolute fear in their eyes right here, boys. Oh, absolutely trembling.
Yeah, just yet again brushing over the fact that they still, no matter what, even if you can't physically see them in that clip, they are still in there. They will have fear in their eyes. They'll be anxious. Look at how anxious a dog feels when they're being transported in a nice warm car. They're out in like the cold, the wind brushing on their face. They've never actually seen daylight, a lot of these animals. So there's all these new things happening for them. And yeah, that's just, I just can't even believe it. I'm just lost for words, to be honest.
How scared they are, how frightened.
This is the end product.
Yes, I do know what beef looks like. Thank you for clearing that up. Look how scared this one looks. I'm not even trying to be nasty. It's just when they're like having the trucks go by and they're just making up stuff to make you feel bad. And it works. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I don't feel like...
Sorry, what are they making up? Like literally what are they making up?
I'm saying here, he's about to say like, whether he
say
feels bad or not. Let's see if he does. Let's see if he
sorry,
does.
Complete asshole right now. But not all farms are terrible. Like I already said, yes, there are farms that are definitely awful and stuff. But if there's a big factory farm and they come up to the standards, then I don't really see the issue of it. If they want to go and protest at other farms where the conditions are horrible and they're like forced to like all live like, I don't know, 2,000 chickens in a very small space or something, yeah, for sure. Like that makes sense.
You do realize that's the standard, right? That's literally the standard. You don't get farms with like 10 chickens.
Does he not realise that small-scale operational local farms operate with 20,000 chickens in a barn?
Yeah, it's not like someone with a couple in the garden or something. Oh, I think Flemmy's paused in a. But look at her face there. She's paused in this kind of like, I can't believe what's happening.
Oh, did it each?
Oh, you're back now. You stopped. You froze.
What did I? Sorry, hello?
Oh, you're back again now. You're back again.
Oh, sorry. Where did you lose me?
You were like this.
I can't see you right now, by the way. But
you had hands on your head. You were saying about local farms having
yeah. Does he understand that small scale local operational farms have 20,000 in each shed?
Yeah,
like that's 20,000, and he's looking at it and thinking 10 times less would be a bit much. Just has no idea. He has no idea of the scale, like at all.
And they're not even at a farm. They're at a slaughterhouse, which is what he needs to kind of get right. They're not actually protesting at a farm. They're protesting at the place where these animals go to be killed. Every single animal that goes in there will be bolt gunned in the skull. And that doesn't even work every time. You need to bear that in mind. Sometimes they'll try and stun animals and it won't even work. And they continually try and do it until they get their throats slit. Like, what is ethical about this? How is this okay when you don't need it? Bear that in mind. You don't need it. That comment you said earlier about we need meat, it's trash. It's completely wrong. We don't need to do it. You're doing this completely unnecessarily. So how is this okay?
That's what we need to attack first, because that's what he's clearly thinking. Oh well, this needs to happen. Therefore, like they should stop making a big deal out of it. But what he needs to understand is that is actually a complete falsehood. There's nothing true about that. So you're operating under complete rubbish, and it's leading you to become apathetic.
Yeah.
So.
Sense. But like when it's like this, man, and like I already said, it's kind of just entertaining to watch. I'm gonna be honest, boys.
The guys, it was a cow. It's not beef.
It is incredibly frustrating that we can't stop the trucks today. I don't know if the footage is picking this up, but we can see the eyes of the animals as they're driving past. They are scared. Their eyes are so open. You know, you can see it.
I'm pretty sure they just nicked that image off Google. I'm not even gonna lie right now, because I don't know about you boys. I could not see any animals.
So you couldn't see it, therefore. Actually, no, you could see them earlier on in the video. So what are you even on about? You could clearly see them at the beginning of the video.
Yeah, that's why because I was like, oh, they're cows, because I was able to see that they're cows. Like it's just some of them have slits on the top where you can see through, and some of them have slits, in the top and the middle. There's been multiple trucks that have come. It's just the way it's been edited.
Yeah.
It looks like they're fibbing to you, but I don't know why you're even like picking on this. Like, no matter what, they were in those trucks.
And let's face it. So we're like 9 minutes into this video. You have not made one good argument about why we should continue to do this. Not one good argument. Your best argument was, oh, but we need meat to survive, which is just complete and utter trash. So all you're currently
no evidence to support that.
Yeah. So let's just carry on.
The ritual we went to was our very first experience, and we were very emotional on that day. I think today we're not as emotional. We're more angry.
Yeah, bloody angry.
Because you couldn't stop the truck. Okay, very epic.
King again.
I think you'll find they're angry because these animals are going to be killed for no reason, not because they just couldn't stop the trucks. Like, stopping the trucks is to try and get footage to show people what's going on, but they're angry because it's happening in the first place, because they even have to be there. They even have to be stood outside a slaughter. I mean, do you think we really want to be doing these things? Do you think we really want to be stood outside a slaughterhouse watching animals go to their death? Do you think that's something that we all go, yeah, that would be a great day out. Let's go and hang out outside a slaughterhouse. It's depressing as hell. We do it because we want to show people the reality of what's going on, because, when do the slaughterhouses put all their footage out for everyone to see? They don't. They never have done. And this is the thing. This is what you should be thinking about. Why don't all these farms show the insides of their barns to you, like, properly? Why don't the slaughterhouses show what's going on? Like, if they're going to be open and it was all great, there wouldn't be a problem. Go and ask a slaughterhouse if you can have a tour around it and see what they say. Because if it's all fine, they shouldn't have a problem with it. I think you'll get turned away pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. And I can almost guarantee that you do feel really bad about this, because constantly, time and time again, they're saying things and you have to detract it to something less important, like a sign, like the fact that you can't actually see them, like doubting their legitimacy, like, they're sad they couldn't stop a truck. Like, you have to make it about an object. You're not actually addressing the animals within there. You're trying your hardest to just take it away from them. So it just demonstrates to me that you are feeling a bit of guilt about it. And it's just time to engage with it effectively, because you can feel all guilty if you want, but at the same time, you're still having this impact on them that's negative. So just give up, man. Give up. Is it worth it? Like, seriously?
Epic, man. Very epic.
And there's the proof that you could literally see the cow. just to point that out.
best we could do to get close enough to the trucks.
Bye, Brian. Thanks, mate.
Awesome.
Wait, what? Wait, so he just followed them closely with a truck. I love your work, bro. Huge fan. If you do that here in England, drive tailgate to someone, you get called a prick. But in Australia, I love your work, man. Big fan.
Yeah, yet again, detracting from what's actually happening. Oh, what? They said a polite thing to their mate? Like, what's that got to do with the fact that animals, that their final moments, they've just said, oh, this is all we could do for them, like, and you just don't want to address that at all. Like, ridiculous.
No.
Big fan. Since day one, big fan. Love your work.
I have to say that's just boosted the morale of the group. What do you think, guys? Yeah.
Very epic.
It's all you can do sometimes. If the trucks won't stop, then you just have to work with the people who are around you. And that's it.
That do be it, boys. That do be it. But anyway, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I don't know. I just
wait,
like.
wait, where are you going? Where are you going? You haven't made a point yet. We need you. No.
Did you expect him to? Really?
No, I didn't.
Anyway, do you want to pick another one to go through? Yeah. What did everyone watching think about it?
Look at some comments. Look at some comments while I'm picking one out.
Yeah. So let's have a look. We got so many people. I mean, I don't even know how many people we got in. We got 39 people. So that's amazing. Keep those donations coming in, people. I still haven't been able to log into my my PayPal for some odd reason, but it's fine. Like, I'll just do a password reset. Don't worry. The money will get to the retreat. Don't worry about that. It's absolutely fine. But yeah, so let's have a look. So we got Louis Gader saying there's no biological requirement in the human body for the cadavers of sentient individuals. Very true. Of course, Michelle saying if slaughterhouses had glass walls, everyone would be vegan. Again, hugely true. And you know, if we took ABLAZE outside of slaughterhouse and said, yeah, watch this, I'm pretty sure he's going to feel some sort of emotion. He's not just going to be like, oh yeah, that's fine. I'm absolutely cool with this pig in a gas chamber. Like, it is not going to do that. Like, because like, as much as you're coming across, you know, like a bit of an idiot in these things, like, I'm pretty sure that you're not. This is the thing. I'm pretty sure that you're actually all right, and you're just making these videos completely unaware of how ridiculous you sound because you've never been confronted about it. So hopefully, us actually speaking to you about this might give you a little bit of a wake-up call. Twisted Hippie said, "Smash the like button." Yeah, smash that like button, everybody. Yeah, keep sending those donations in, because this is awesome. We already like got way more donations than I thought we would. So thanks so much.
Yeah, that's so good.
That's
You're really
amazing.
giving. We appreciate that a lot. And please make sure if you can't give anything, then you are sharing it out, like places like Reddit, Instagram, Facebook, like anywhere you could think that it might benefit, just because there might be someone who might be able to give as well. So that'd be brilliant.
Right, so we're getting the next one loaded up for you.
Vegans are maybe the devolution of man. Like in 20 years, maybe we're going to turn back into like monkeys.
Oh, burn, son. See, look at the look on that vegan's face. Completely, absolutely in shock. How dare you disagree with my beliefs?
No, he's disagreed with the fact that she thinks we're all going to devolve into monkeys.
Because that's so ridiculous. Because she said, oh, maybe in the next 20 years. That's why he was looking like this, because that's not how evolution works via timeline. Like we're talking on hundreds of thousands, millions of years of evolution. And she's saying, well, maybe in 20 years, you know, the devolution of man will occur. Like, are you, that would lead me to go, because I'd feel like I'm talking to a wet wipe. So
the reason he's got that face is because it's basically like her saying, if we don't eat meat, we're all going to turn into otters. Like
it's that unfounded and ridiculous.
So no wonder he's got that face. I would, if you don't have that face after that, I'm questioning you. Like, if you think that was a really good like statement she made. Ah, craziness. Right. Oh, Leon the legend has put for the animals hashtag crab gang, and has just donated a whopping $59.36.
Leon!
Oh, yeah. What a legend.
Oh my god, absolute salad.
Absolute salad, crab gang.
We are getting so much for the retreat. All because of you guys. Thank you so much. Like, I was... knew it.
We should probably thank ABLAZE for the content. Cheers, mate.
Yeah,
Keep
cheers,
raising all
mate.
this money.
Cheers. I'm gonna put it on my channel as well. So like,
so someone go in his Discord and say thanks for raising like a couple £100 for an animal sanctuary.
Yeah, he does have. You know what? I'll do it actually. I'll go in there and say thanks, man. We're raising so much money for animals. I'll do it right now.
Yeah, hop in. I mean, we haven't had any ABLAZE fans in, and someone said they posted it in his Discord. So are they? I mean, if you are a fan of ABLAZE, please let us know what you think about this. Like, do you think he's just talking rubbish? I mean, you might be a fan of his, but do you think he's actually talking any sense? We'd love to know.
Basically did call him going backwards in humanity. Basically saying he has a smaller brain. Great stuff, Lad Bible. Thank you. You know what? I'm actually kind of surprised that Lad Bible have pulled this together. What's up, boys? Welcome back to the ABLAZE channel. Now, in today's video, we're going to be having a look at this video that a few of you have sent me, where a hunter and a vegan sit down together and they debate on certain topics, whether they agree or disagree with certain things to do with veganism and hunting. Yes, that's right. The two opposite worlds collide for an absolutely very entertaining video. Let's just see how this one rolls out.
Hi,
hey,
it's you.
Nice to see you. How are you?
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to
Hi.
meet you.
First of all, I just like that she comes in saying, it's you again. Not like they've only managed to found one vegan in the whole of London. In the whole of England, there's only one vegan that lives here. Mind you, I'm not surprised. I know that there's a lot, but then there's also not that many that would probably want to come on a program to try and defend it, because trying to defend veganism is, I can imagine it's not the most easiest thing to defend. For obvious reasons, boy.
I can imagine trying to defend veganism is not the most easiest thing to defend. Are you?
It's so difficult.
Are you
so
joking me? Are you? So difficult to defend the idea that we shouldn't slit animals' throats. I mean, we should just leave them alone. Like, I'm not being funny, but I'm pretty sure, ABLAZE, you grew up thinking animals were, you know, they're their own individuals. You know, we should respect them. We should leave them alone. I'm pretty sure, you know, you look at your dogs and think, oh, you know, they're their own. They've got their own personalities. You know, I couldn't imagine if anyone hurt them, I would hurt that person. You already think these things, so you could defend veganism easily, even with your low-level arguments.
Yeah. And if you truly think that, again, we will happily debate you on a live stream on our channel or your channel. If you think that you can debunk veganism so easily, how about do it in front of your 300,000+ subscribers and show us up? Wouldn't that be the ultimate like vegan triggered video, showing up two vegans about how much crap we're talking? I think that'd be a great video. Who wants to see that video?
You could
I know I want to see it.
Completely
obliterate us. We'll come on.
It's really hard for us to do this.
Yeah, come rip us to shreds. Like, you know, I'm due my you know, my quota of embarrassment for the year is not hit yet. So come show me up.
No. the vegans are in his Discord, like Nicole's in there.
Yeah.
So you'll know we've done this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting zero reply from you. If you actually reply to this, I'll be surprised, you know. And if you actually want to, you know, and the thing is, if you keep making exactly vegan videos, we're just going to keep replying to them. We're going to keep.
I'm going to reply to every single one.
Yeah, we're just letting you know, we're literally going to utilize your audience, and the fact you've got these subscribers to just completely debunk all the crap you're saying continually. So how about come on, have a proper chat with us, see how easy it is, you know, to debunk veganism in a proper debate, and yeah, that'll be fun. And
we are going to be your vegan leeches until you publicly embarrass us in a debate, basically.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's loads of other people in the chat that will happily join in as well. So yeah, it's going to be fun.
Now, the first question they ask, is it morally wrong to eat meat? Let's see how they both respond. What a complete surprise, guys. I have been bamboozled. Who would have thought the vegan says, I strongly agree with that? I did not. Honestly, I didn't see that one coming, to be honest. I'm actually in disbelief right now.
Actually,
I could believe that.
Why do you say disagree, not strongly disagree?
Because it depends what type of meat.
So what do you mean by type of meat?
I personally disagree with eating meat that has been bought from the supermarket. I don't believe
here we go.
In walking down a supermarket aisle to these perfectly wrapped pink pieces of flesh with kind of no relationship to where they're from.
See, I completely agree with that, but at the same time, of course, it is very impractical for everybody to be going out hunting. I mean, could you imagine that? I do like the fact, though, that the hunter is pretty middle ground on this and is able to see the other person's point of view. Now, obviously, this is always a theme that vegans do not have. Sorry, vegans. See how many people that are just triggered by looking at the distance.
Oh, yeah, okay, let's have a look at the actual, what you're saying there. Vegans should have a slightly better view. So we should go, oh, you know what? Actually, let's just kill 1 trillion animals instead of 2.7 trillion. Let's be rational and go in the middle. Like, where realistically would you put that line, mate? Like, what's an acceptable amount of animals, to kill? Like, really? Like, where is it?
And I don't know. I feel like he just doesn't care. Just doesn't matter. Like, just as many as long as I can eat my burgers, I guess. That's probably what he'd say.
Yeah.
Dislike button. But yeah, go around hunting for different animals and stuff. For everybody to be doing that, as I'm sure she probably already knows, is very impractical. And then what happens when it's to do with burgers and pizzas? Like, is there going to be people out there trying to hunt a free-range burger in the wild? You know the vegans will be...
It's funny he's starting to bring up this natural thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
He was banging on about natural, then you got a hunter who's doing the closest which you could class as natural, and now he's saying, oh, it'd be really inconvenient.
Yeah, and what about my burgers? See, it literally is a case of
contradict yourself much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Posting stuff like,
And
thank
but
God
that's-
McDonald's
that's-
is
that's a-
closed. Nature is finally healing itself with
I already made this joke about a doner kebab in the wild. I'm ahead of you.
a petrol burger running around in a field.
So what type of meat do you advocate for people to eat?
I personally hunt the meat that I eat myself.
Okay.
I don't advocate that everyone goes out there and hunts because it's impractical.
No.
However, I do promote that there is wild meat available to be purchased online. So I suppose I do advocate to eat meat that's been responsibly and ethically sourced.
Yeah.
Right, firstly, how you can even responsibly and ethically source to begin with. How do you humanely kill someone who doesn't want to die? But secondly, this is what I was talking about earlier, about the whole nonsense where, oh, well, I get my food sustainably, like I do it this way. And again, she concedes it's unpractical, but she's saying, oh, it's fine for us to actually do, but how are we going to implement it so that everyone can do that? Everyone can live the life like she wants to live, where they can still consume flesh and they can happily do that and it's all still moral. How is everybody going to do that? There's got to come a point where you think, okay, well, collectively, the billions of people who exist can't do that. So it's a problem to begin with. Like, so she just said herself as well that she promotes it like second-handedly. So she doesn't make sense either. Sorry.
No, I completely agree with that, but I also feel like having meat like that is a complete luxury if you can afford that. I mean, there's a lot of people, and especially right now while being in quarantine, this video was only posted about 5 days ago, so they're talking about these topics while everything's sort of going on. I just don't think people can really go and afford spending £20 on a piece of chicken when they could then go to the same supermarket.
It's got to be mentioned though. He's banging on about like, oh, I don't think people can afford this, blah 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 blah. And I'm going to bring it back to the animals. How about the animals having to afford their life for this? Like, you're banging on about, oh, I can't afford 20 quid. They're literally losing their life. That's like the maximum you can possibly lose. Like, let's put this into perspective here. Like, the monetary value of their life. Like, can you put a value on a life, really? Like, I think you're just concentrating on the wrong things here.
You are. It's all about food to you. That's it. Food and health.
You don't actually mention the animals. He barely ever mentions them. And when he does, he's kind of like, it's that little kind of like, oh, well,
skewing away.
Yeah, I don't like factory farms. Why don't you actually combat the main thing, which is what's happening to the animals, instead of just talking about any other bit of crap, whether it's practicality or the fact you like bacon. Actually talk about the major issue, which is what happens to the animals, because you're completely avoiding that.
If you really didn't like factory farms, you would understand that most of the food that's coming, that is in supermarkets anywhere, is from a factory farm. So it would follow for you that you shouldn't even be consuming these, or at the very least, you shouldn't be making content that goes against veganism. because you know people are looking for any excuse to be like, I wouldn't go vegan because vegans are annoying. Like, you wouldn't be making this content if you were really against this cruelty, but you are. So what's going on? Are you really against it? Or you just all talk?
Pretty much get the meat, just not know where it's from, £3.50. But at the same time, when you do buy packet meat, it does normally tell you where it comes from, the area it comes from, and you're more than welcome to research that yourself.
But you should definitely research it.
In mass factory farmed conditions.
What we both agree on there is that we want people to be connected to what they eat and mind.
Well, actually, I need to correct you there. It doesn't actually tell you what farms are from. Very rarely tells you what farms are from. It will tell you what slaughterhouse, which is not easy, but there is actually a list online of all the codes for each individual slaughterhouse, so you can find out what slaughterhouse it came from. But finding the farms is so difficult. I mean, you've got to realize how secretive these places are. Like, they really are. Go online and see if you can find a well-advertised pig factory farm. Try and find one. Like, you will not find them. They are not around.
You'll find a lot of brand names are named after farms to make it seem like there's a local farm that they're from, but it's not. It's just a name. They're just made up.
Yeah, they're completely made up. Like, it's almost impossible to find where these places are because they don't want people coming to them, because as soon as people do, they see the reality of what's actually going on, and they want to keep these images of all these happy animals in fields and all that kind of stuff. But it's utter rubbish. I mean, I guess a good example of this is the what they're called, Happy Egg Company. There was a big expose about happy eggs, and look at the conditions at the Happy Egg Company, where what those animals are, and they were advertising this as the best of the best. But
yeah, they have the audacity and the boldness to say that these hens are happy. Like, they'll go far to say, oh, we care about the conditions, but they don't.
Yeah,
they literally don't. Like,
so I was going to say, look at the farms that kind of, like, they sometimes put like a video up about, here's our farm, we're transparent, we'll show you everything that goes on. They don't. They never show you the slaughter process. That never happens. They never show you artificial insemination of cows or anything like that. They'll never show you, tail clipping of piglets. They never show you, chickens getting their beaks cut off, male chicks getting shoved into macerators. They don't show any of that. All they want to show is the, animals out in the pasture, and that's it. They don't want to show the reality. And I've been involved in because obviously you don't know who the hell I am, ABLAZE, right? So I've been involved in a number of proper, big, activist events. There's actually one in the US I was actually involved in. It's actually, there's a Vice documentary about it. You go look it up. We went into what was one of the biggest organic chicken farms in California. And it was absolutely disgusting. There's a big thing saying organic, and that's meant to be like the best of the best. The first thing we saw when I walked in was like a pile of dead birds. I've got the photos I can show you. There's like video of like all these birds in sheds and everything. It's disgusting. Like, you can't believe the labels and all these things you're being fed. They are not. You're being lied to. That's basically what I'm telling you. You're being absolutely lied to. And please trust me, okay? I know you don't have no idea who I am, but please trust me as someone who's been to these places. And just to put it out there, I haven't just been to places because they're places that have been reported previously. I actually just looked up places and just went to visit them to see what it was like. And I've seen some absolutely horrific things that I guarantee that if you had seen them, you would be against it. And in fact, please subscribe to my channel because I'll be doing videos about this very soon. And you can see for yourself, it's all trash. It's all lies. And you really do need to realize that.
You couldn't even conceptualize the cruelty that goes into it, because, like, for example, say with a nice local farm, like there's one I've seen with my own eyes, and you see the number of animals, the chickens that are in there at the time, just slowly going down each day, because there are ones that are starving to death, dehydrating to death, because they're not growing fast enough to match the height of the feed, so they just die. Like, it's more than just the animals who end up in the slaughterhouse who suffer. And not only that, massive companies who are held to a much higher standard, like Arla, for example. There's an expose on them neglecting a cow for a whole month. She's got laminitis, she's pustular lesions everywhere. She was in a terrible state, and there's a video you can watch on that if you look up the YouTube channel Virtue. And this is normal. This is like a normal thing, and you couldn't understand like just how many different ways we can neglect these animals, and they end up suffering. You'll never know the number. You'll never know the scale. and you think it's funny.
Obviously, shopping is, you know, the last thing we want. We want people to be connected. Use that word ethical earlier. Obviously, you know, that's going to be where we have a huge disagreement, right? When we kill an animal, we don't show respect to them, and we take their life from them completely unnecessarily.
Bruh, definitely not completely unnecessary. I mean, it is, I would say living and trying to survive is it's definitely up there on the top.
No, but you don't need it to live and survive. Otherwise, I would be dead. Ellie would be dead.
I would be dead as well.
Michelle died in 1982, as we found out earlier in the chat. She's already a ghost.
I really want to know what you've based that upon. Like, is this random article that told you that you needed to? Because I do not know where you've got that from. Like that's just absolutely untrue.
Yeah. So just to make that very clear, you're not correct. That is complete rubbish. Complete rubbish that can be backed up. Please search for the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. Just put vegan at the end of that on Google. It will come up with their statement on there, and that is, as I said, the biggest collective of nutritionists and dietitians in the world. And they have made a peer-reviewed statement saying that it's absolutely fine. And just, I mean, real-world evidence should be enough for you. How many, like, if you're just talking about meat, because you normally just go back to meat. If it just was meat, all the vegetarians and all the vegans would be dead. Like, we'd all be dying. Like, it's not happening. It's just completely untrue. So try and change your argument. Now you know that, go back to that argument and see what you think now. Now you know that is actually not, you know, what you've said is wrong. Go back and now see whether you agree. Because maybe you'll change your mind.
Tier list of necessary.
And it has no purpose in either of our lives. And we don't have to. So by default, it can't be ethical to take life needlessly.
You can just see that the hunter is sitting there just gritting her teeth. The vegan's saying, we don't even need to do this. This is just completely unnecessary. Why do people go out and hunt? It's not as if people need to eat. Come on, man.
Well, yeah, because there's nothing else to eat, is there? There's nothing. Literally nothing. Go to the Asda, nothing.
He just built his beliefs on a false statement. That's the problem. This is the massive problem. He literally, maybe doesn't believe it, but it looks like he genuinely believes that is the truth.
Yeah.
So he's just working on that. That's probably why he thinks we're so ridiculous.
I know he's going to go spew some bullshit about him now being on a vegan-based food diet, and he's completely fine. But if you actually look at people that have been on a vegan-based diet for longer than a few years, they pretty much always turn back to going to meat. Honestly, very unlikely to be anyone out there that actually has...
Well, just to let everyone know, it's going to be my 6th year vegan anniversary coming up. I have no intention of stopping. I have no illnesses. I'm completely fine. Had my blood work done like a year ago. Absolutely fine.
And I'm 6 years vegan, so and it doesn't matter how many people turn away from something. It doesn't suddenly make it wrong, and it doesn't suddenly mean that it's unhealthy. Look at the science. Why are you turning to anecdotes? Why are you saying, "Oh, yeah, but people leave though"? That's not scientific. That's not. That doesn't tell you anything about whether or not it's healthy or whether or not you need meat.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Just because some people leave, just because some people, you know, give up being vegan, that doesn't debunk veganism. That's a ridiculous
Not only that,
statement.
but the survey that I've seen, at least, that talks about how many people have left veganism, lumped vegans in with vegetarians, pescatarians, and flexitarians.
Ah,
so
right, okay.
there's not really an accurate measurement, and they lumped in as well plant-based people.
Yeah,
who
what
were
about
doing a diet.
what about Louis in the chat? Hasn't he been vegan for like some
30 years or something?
Insane amount, yeah. Louis,
Yeah,
how long? We got Iron Gamer in here. It says 11.5 years. There, we got Vegan Teacher, 4 years. Anyone else said how long? But yeah, I mean, they're catching up on the chat. It's obviously a delay there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
nearly 30 years.
Nearly 30 years.
I thought so.
Yeah, so there you go.
He has stuck to a vegan diet for more than 20 years. And if they do, they are like the most miserable people
Louis, how miserable are you? Because he's saying you're going to be the most miserable person. He's like the happiest guy ever. He like comments on every single vegan YouTube video. Like,
got OG 8 years, Vohan just over 5, MJ4 looks like Flem. Like, hey, Flem gang, 7 years. Yeah, so
yeah, and we're all just really depressed. We're all just like in the worst state of our lives.
I'm depressed now, but it's because of ABLAZE.
Yeah, you're bringing me down, bro.
ABLAZE has made me depressed, my dude.
Ever seen? I don't think I've ever seen a happy vegan video. They're always protesting, getting angry at everything. Please,
why do you think they're going to be happy while they're like protesting?
Yeah.
Like, if they were happy and bouncing around, you'd be like, well, they clearly don't care.
Yeah.
They're not
Do
being
you say
serious.
this? Do you say the same thing to BLM supporters? Why aren't you happy? Why are you out there protesting, being really happy? Like, what
Like
kind of
anything,
ridiculous argument is this?
environmentalists, like maybe because there's something to be angry about. That's why you're protesting.
It's like ridiculous.
Like it would, right? Protesting something would like connote that something's evoked anger and passion in you. So the last thing you're going to do is be bloody happy, aren't you?
I'm wondering,
my God.
does he use the same argument about the current protests in Poland for the abortion laws that have been brought in?
Abortion right now.
Yeah.
Aren't you happy, girls?
Are they not,
God, why aren't you happy?
Yeah. Are they not protesting happily enough for him? Like,
Smile more, girls. Smile. All right.
They should
You
be
might
there
get your
going,
way.
ban abortion! No, bring back.
Yay! What a happy topic.
Actually, no, they're not saying ban abortion. They're
No,
saying not
they
to
want
ban
to. They want to not ban abortion. Yeah.
I'm just clearing that up. They're saying the complete opposite of what I said.
Honestly, just go home, cook yourself a steak, cheer up. A nice steak. Oh, Jesus, man. That's enough to cheer anyone up.
Oh, here we go. Bacon, no, basically.
Let's be honest. I mean, even in this little clip here, them debating and her being very open-minded, he's given her like the death stare like at least 5 times already.
Could I ask, what do you
he's being
believe
friendlier than
makes
her.
your diet more ethical?
They're both being
than
friendly.
mine? Every time, every single plant crop that you eat, there will have been animals that die.
I'm glad that you used the word more ethical. I'm happy to admit that in a vegan diet, it's not perfect, but what it is it's a significant step in the right direction.
Isn't it even like shooting yourself in your own foot? Because I know that vegans are very strongly against killing animals or even harming animals, which of course, in some circumstances, I feel like you have to be a complete psychopath to disagree with. Them eating the crops and farming the land and eating the crops again and again, which there's only so many times you can really do that before you damage the environment. Surely you're hurting the animals just as much. It's just not as visual as what most meat eaters are doing. But in the long run, it's going to hurt certain animals just as much. Also,
it's just crop deaths, though. Crop deaths. Like,
Could
how
you
many
go
times do we have to
first?
hear
Because
this?
I've actually had to have this argument 4 times today. I've genuinely had to argue this 4 times.
Okay,
today. So maybe
right. Let's just lay this out for you, okay? Vegans do not want animals to die in crop harvesting. Number one, we do not want that, okay? That is not what we want. We want to try and eliminate this, okay? We want it to be gotten rid of by improving the way that we harvest and all that kind of stuff, okay? At the moment, though, it is, as Ed was kind of explaining, it is the more ethical. It's basically, currently, I would explain it as the lesser of 2 evils because it's the only choices we have. We don't have a third option. Basically, yes, bugs and small animals may get killed during crop harvesting, but what you're completely forgetting is that all the animals you eat crops. And so there's loads of crops that are getting harvested to feed the animals you eat, which means that you're killing the animals that you eat plus everything else at the same time and in bigger numbers. So just eating the crops direct actually reduces the amount of animals that are getting killed. And then what we would like to do is bring in advancements such as veganic farming, such as vertical farming, aquaponics, all these different things where we can actually try and reduce the amount of pesticides that are being used. We can reduce the amount of animals that are being killed. But again, also, we just have to realize that we have to be realistic. We are always going to cause harm. It is impossible to never, ever cause any harm. Even walking down a road, you could step on a bug, like anything. It is about doing the least harm that we can. And eating plants is currently way more ethical than buying some factory farm cow that has been pummeled with grains and killed 10 times as many animals in the process.
Yeah, and not only that, but if you live in a society trademark that thinks it's justified to slit an animal's throat open for a sandwich filler, you're going to get laughed at if you try and go to an industry that works somewhat hand in hand with it and be like, can we care about the deaths of these small animals who are killed in this area? You need to fundamentally change the core the core problems that any given society has with its relationship with animals in order to then encourage these practices to be applied. Because as Chris said, they do actually exist: vertical farming, different methods of pest control. So So they do exist, but there's going to be no incentive for these industries to actually change to those because they don't value animals in the first place.
Yeah,
They don't
and we should point out is please don't even go and start saying that you feel sorry for bugs and stuff and being like, oh my god, these poor bugs, when you don't even give a shit about the cow that's on your plate or the pig that's on your plate or anything like that, which is suffering like hugely, you know, like if you're not going to care about them, why are you even trying to talk about bugs? Like, that's just ridiculous. What you're trying to do basically is pick an argument that you think you can win. You're like, oh, I'm going to go to these instead because I think I can win this argument. But you're not actually combating what is on your plate and the fact that you are actively paying for animals to be slaughtered. We don't want them to be slaughtered. This is unfortunately, it's just the sad result of what's happening. We don't want that to happen. You actually want it to happen because that is the produce that you want to eat at the end. You want to eat the dead flesh of an animal. We don't want any of that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you know deep down that, because he said, oh, you're just killing as much animals. Like, surely you know when you add the actual animals you're directly killing, the land that they've had to be used, that's had to be deforested. The badgers, for example, in the UK, where I think you live because of your accent, they have to be killed because of dairy. Like, there are so many hidden deaths that go into protecting the animals who are then going to be killed. Like, you're not even close, my dude. Not even close.
Oh, just a quick one as well, as we were going to wrap up at 8 o'clock. If you would like us to continue, we will do a bonus half an hour if we can get some more donations in.
Yeah, if we can get like 3 donations in the next 5 minutes, should we say, Chris?
Yeah, go on. Next 5 minutes, another 3 donations. We'll do a bonus half hour.
We'll go until 8:30. Yeah.
It doesn't even need to be much, just whatever you can afford.
Literally, yeah.
And remember where it's going to. It's not going to me and Ellie. It's going to the retreat, who are really struggling at the moment, obviously with COVID. So it's going to go towards helping the animals. Obviously, we're trying to defend with this stream. So yeah, please give generously, and we'll obviously let you know exactly when the stream's finished. We'll let you know exactly how much we made, and we will obviously post screenshots and everything of it being sent to the retreat, so you can see it all. Good stuff.
So the whole thing going along the lines of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, we've been eating off meat now for the past how many thousands of years? I really feel like all this is just another way for...
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So you don't think it's broke that we slaughter trillions of animals every single year?
That's totally fixed. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that.
Mate, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Like, we've been doing this for years. Never mind that we've never eaten them in this quantity. We've never farmed them like this up until recently. There's never been this many people on the planet. You know, we've never had to deforest this much land. We've, never been quite this developed in our like understanding of moral agency. Like, you know how many things we've been doing for thousands and thousands of years that are just wrong, that only recently we've started being like, maybe we shouldn't do that. Like, I'm not going to mention them because you'll just be like, you're comparing animals to these atrocities that happen to humans. But this is not an argument. It's an argument. It's a really bad one. It's really bad. Sorry, carry on.
Yep. Press play.
For people to get triggered and angry about something, and I'm sure people listening to this video here are probably again absolutely insanely angry at me suggesting this or saying these things. But I always like to try and have a little bit of like a middle ground in these videos and try and talk and see both ends of the picture. So I can really understand the frustration for this hunter who's doing the best she can, because at the end of the day, yes, hunting your own food is probably the best way to go about it.
Chris, hang on a second. So if I were to be an oppressor of yours and I was to shoot you in the head, would you appreciate a devil's advocate middleman, like taking both sides of the equation?
Oh, totally.
Would you like that?
No, totally. I think that's exactly what's needed.
So when
you can't assume it's just bad. You can't assume it's just bad. No, it can't be just bad.
I want to do something harmful to you, and you don't want me to do it. So what we're going to need is a middleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to need a middleman.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm just trying to reply to
who's pressing the button? I guess.
I'll press it.
Dead impractical for everybody to be doing that, but the best way that she's managed to sort of do this, happy with that.
Oh, just got to give a shout out to Jenna Lee, who's donated $5.64. Buy those animals some vegan pot noodles. Hashtag crab gang. Hashtag salads.
Crab gang.
Yeah.
Salad.
Come on, guys.
Collaboration.
We need 2 more donations and we will do the bonus half hour of power.
Furthering on my point on what I literally have just said, is it natural for humans to eat meat? Now, okay, I swear to God, I'm going to jump out this window if the vegan...
I'm going to jump out the window if you say the same crap he said before. But Dyers has just donated another $3. The bad takes from this person hurts. Very much agree with you. One more, come on, one more.
Legit strongly disagrees. I've already opened the window because I'm that certain he's going to do it. Let's have a look.
I'll be strong about that one.
Okay, luckily I've been saved for today. At least he doesn't strongly disagree. Thank you. I just would have thought from all those death stares from earlier, all the built up anger, I felt like he generally would have put strongly disagree. But even saying disagree is also a big dum-dum. But I kind of want to hear him out and see what he has to say about this.
This is how I feel about the natural thing. Is I can't say that I strongly disagree or agree. I kind of feel that I should maybe be a little bit more in the just straight bang neutral in the middle because, well, I mean, because I think at the end of the day...
Hello. Can we get another table, please? Just gets up and walks to the end of the room and just puts it on the floor on the furthest side away. I would honestly still agree with that.
It cannot be denied that we've eaten meat for thousands of years, right? And it also can't be denied that eating meat was a cornerstone in our survival, in our development in many ways, and it helped us progress to the species. That can't be denied. But I think that what is natural, it's kind of a fallacy because it doesn't translate to how we should live in today's world. You know, there's a lot of things that we don't do that would be considered natural. So what is natural doesn't connotate what is moral or immoral. So I think that it's irrelevant whether or not eating meat would be considered something that we have naturally done throughout history because we've changed so much as a species.
I think it's a shame that we've changed though. I think we need to keep that connection to nature. And I really, I mean, like you say, the science is there. You know, we do have the canines, we do have the incisors for ripping and tearing. There's some really interesting information and studies
Massive
that people
incisors.
have found out there about our early ancestors and how eating meat and the specific proteins from meat actually made us human as we are today.
Exactly. There's actually been a lot of studies done in the past showing that, for example, brain growth, so the size of our brain has increased the second we started eating meat. So that's a...
Well, no, the
Wasn't that actually cooked food? Wasn't it cooked food?
Yeah, it was when we cooked food. It's because when you cook food, then you require less energy to actually digest it. So then that meant that we had more energy to use for things like our brains.
But even if that was the case, that doesn't mean that we should do it today. Okay, our brains have evolved. We're all here. We're all evolved and everything. Why do we need to continue? What are you expecting? Telepathy? We're going to keep eating meat and suddenly we're going to get all these psychic powers. Like, what are you on about? We're at a point now where it's not required. It's literally, we don't need to do it. Like, what is the excuse? And big shout out to Rufus Short, who just donated $5. The bonus half hour of power is happening.
It's happening. Extra half hour. Thank you.
He said, love what
Keep
you're
the
doing.
Donations coming if you can.
He said, love what you're doing, and we love what you're doing. Because in the end, we're just talking crap. You're putting your hands in your wallets and giving money to help animals, and that's incredible. And that's what we need more of in this
You're doing the
world.
hard work. We love that. Yeah,
exactly.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so we love you guys for that. And, you know, again, thank you to ABLAZE for letting us rip your... Oh, you haven't even let us, but we're doing it anyway. Just rip your videos apart to raise money for the animals that you are literally mocking. So, yeah. Cheers, bud.
So much. Saying that we've changed in some things, so we should change in this, it's just, I don't get that at all. It's to now that obviously haven't been beneficial for the planet or for ourselves, like burning coal, even though again in some ways it kind of has, because the technologies that's brought to something as defining as eating meat is so built into us that I really find it very hard to sit here and watch this and try and listen to someone try and debate and argue that. And to be honest, watching him try and tiptoe around that question, I believe he also finds it very difficult himself.
Tiptoe around it? You gave such a solid answer. What are you on about? Like,
I don't understand, because he's like, oh, he's just not like addressing it, because he's like, I don't understand why we've come away from nature in some ways, but he doesn't want us to come. He wants us to come away in other ways. Like, so what is it for you, ABLAZE, then, that you think, oh, well, we should give this up even though it's natural, but we shouldn't give this up even though it's natural? For me, and for Chris, I'm assuming it's the harm that it does to another sentient being. There are a lot of things that are very natural that are very, very bad. You could watch true crime video and you could see nature actually taking place, to be honest with you.
killing each other's natural.
Yeah, killing over territory, you know, being a soldier and killing people, like killing even innocent people, completely fine and justified. To kill any animal would be quite natural of us. To do obscenely horrible things to each other that would land us in prison for not long enough, they're natural things. It doesn't make it okay. And for me, that's because it is harmful inherently. And what we do to animals is harmful. So even if it's natural, we should move past it. What is your metric for what should be ousted despite being natural and what should be kept because it's natural? Like, where's your threshold?
I do often wonder if vegans are maybe the devolution of man. Like in 20 years, maybe we're going to turn back into like monkeys, or because we stop
20
eating
years.
meat. If I had my way in, you have daydreams about, we'd all go back to living in caves or living off the land or living off little log cabins. That's where I find my enjoyment.
But you'd be dead at 30.
Still being that.
In that life, you'd be dead at 30.
But hey, I'd have had a great life.
Well, do you what? But you live day-to-day survival. There's no enjoyment in that life. It's a life of fear. That's not an aspirational life, and I think you can say it's an aspirational life because you live such a comfortable life now.
Wait, hold up. If you'd live off the land, you'd be dead in 30. Isn't he basically advocating that that's a great thing to live off the land? Bro, my brain, it hurts. Guys, please.
What?
I'm not surprised it hurts. You're just not following the conversation.
Because you're just not following at all. No. What on earth?
Used here.
I know you are.
What is he trying to fight for? Is he saying that living off the land 30, which by the way is not correct? I mean, there's literally programs out there dedicated to literally in their 40s living happily. If anyone here has watched Life Below Zero, if not, please do. It is a great program where people do actually live off the land and actually are very healthy.
I think we just live in...
Yeah, but the thing is, you can't guarantee that what he's trying to say is that your average lifespan is going to be a lot lower if you're out surviving. There are going to be people who die at 10. Like, just because there are people you can find in a program who do it well doesn't suddenly mean that, so if tomorrow we were all living off the land, billions of us, not many of us would last very long. Like, so I don't understand what they live fine. That's not true. When you've just said, oh, they're in their 40s living happily. All right, well, that's probably as old as they're going to get.
I mean, there's always There's always exceptions to the rule. There's always going to be some people that can go out into the wild and live in the wild and be absolutely fine with it. But if we're talking about evolution, which is what you're saying about the de-evolution of man or whatever, like in a way, I would say the human race in that sense probably we have de-evolved. Like, we don't just go out and live in the land anymore. People that generally go out and get lost in a wood or something end up dead half the time because they can't survive. Like, that's just how it is.
If I was to go out into the wild, my glasses would break and I would die in 2 days because I'd be basically blind. Like we can get away with these, these characteristics that are flawed like now because it doesn't kill me in real life.
Yeah. Oh, we've had a $5 donation. I don't know whether it's the same because this is a different name. It's popped up on my phone from Mika. I say your name right, Nika Kretzman Clow. I don't know if that's Rufus Shaw because it's the same amount, but that is for $5. So thank you very much, Mika. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Should we carry on with this video, or should we, as it's the half hour power, should we? There's vegans versus farmers. There's vegans versus farmers. Are we getting much out of this one? Or?
I mean, yeah. It's like nearly done. So maybe they're going to make one more argument, and if they don't, we can hop off.
Let's ride it out for a second. Let's ride it out.
Yeah.
I think, as I said, if I had it my way, it'd be like, I suppose, the Disney movie.
In Bambi, they kill the deer, and that's why everyone's upset, because someone kills the deer. And so You say it's like a Disney movie, but you're the bad guy in the Disney movie.
But that's the cruel heart. No, I wouldn't have killed him.
No,
It's
okay,
not-
but you killed deer. That's the point, right? So
It's because I care about them that I do shoot them. I know that sounds really weird to you.
So let's not start debunking her because we'll be here forever. Let's just stick to ABLAZE.
No. Hear me out. So in the UK, deer have no natural predators. Basically, if I didn't manage the deer in those woodlands, the population would explode to an extent that woodlands basically couldn't support, and it would basically spoil the ecosystem for the rest of the wildlife.
What's he gonna say?
Just the way he sat there, like, oh shit, yeah, okay.
No, this is the thing.
No,
he's not. He's not. He's like, what the hell are you talking about? This is why you really can't read him. He's not there going, oh my god, you got a point. Like at no stage is he there thinking that. He's just like, what are you talking about?
And the reason he's going to be like that is because there are other ways of controlling population without literally killing them.
Like you do realise,
You
right?
are aware of
this, you are aware as well, just so you know. I don't know if you know who this guy is, right? Ed has done TED Talks. He's currently doing a debate at Harvard, I think like tomorrow or something, one of the most biggest universities in the world. Like this guy knows his shit. He's not just some random vegan they've dragged off the street. And be like, you know what? He's extremely educated on this subject. He's not going to be sat there going, oh, that was a really tough question. Oh, hold on. Where's she gone? She's disappeared. No, you've now got my chin. Oh, there she's back. She's back.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know where
You disappeared. You disappeared. Your camera's gone.
Oh, is it? Sorry about that. I should be
Yeah.
back now. Hello.
There you go. We're back. But yeah, I'm just saying that, you know, Ed's a very educated guy, and I can guarantee he's not there going, yeah, I think she's got a point. We've just, you know, we've heard all these arguments like a million times. These are like, and these are literally like low tier arguments. These are not difficult arguments for anybody. I mean, I don't think you've actually ever spoken to a vegan, if I'm most well educated vegan anyway, and like, because these are not difficult things to come back to. So yeah, again, you need to go and do your research about who you're replying to and what you're actually saying. Okay, let's get this video over.
She's kind of got a point there, to be honest. And she very much does. That is very true. Of course, it would spoil the ecosystem and other things, and them digging up the land to keep planting certain vegetables and stuff.
No, okay, no. We got to remember, like, the amount of land. Basically, I think isn't it like, I don't want to get this wrong, but isn't it like 60% of the Earth's land is for farming livestock? I could be wrong. I don't want
something like that.
Actually, that could be completely wrong. But what I will say is that there is a huge majority of the world's land which is being used purely for farming livestock and the food to feed them. That takes up way more space than the area of land that we need just to grow the crops for us to eat. In fact, if we stopped farming animals, we would actually save land. We'd actually need less land. So we wouldn't need to be like have loads more land to keep doing stuff. And for those that are instantly going to say, well, not all land you can plant crops on, blah, 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 blah. As I said earlier, with advancements like vertical farming, veganic farming, all that kind of stuff, we can work on that. Just because a bit of land might not be able to grow certain things at a certain time, it doesn't mean that we can't, you know, change that to work. I mean, they're even growing like, you know, stuff in the desert these days. Like there's, I can't remember where it is, I can't remember. I think it's definitely somewhere in Australia, right out in the middle of the outback. I know they're doing stuff out there. So
mushroom farming or something like that, I've heard.
Yeah, so
something ridiculous that you wouldn't. Yeah.
So with modern technology, you can literally grow stuff anywhere. So this isn't really this isn't really a valid argument.
Not only that, but if you care about ecosystems, like for example, I was just talking earlier about the badgers. Like, oh, there's no natural predators here in the UK for the deer. Yes, because we keep killing them off, like on behalf of the animal agriculture.
Yeah,
we just keep just wiping them out. If you care about ecosystems, you would go vegan.
Yeah,
tomorrow. In the vegan's way of life, not only would there not be any natural predators for certain animals which would kill, but they would also be killing it themselves, which would be an absolutely very impractical way. Okay, final question. A vegan diet is better for you.
We
Now,
know
straight
what
off
he's
the
gonna
back,
say,
a lot
don't
of us
we?
know that that's not true. But let's
Yeah,
have
we
a
know.
look and see
But
what he
I want to
says.
see if
Of
he's
course
got
I
any
can strongly
evidence.
agree with this.
No, he's not going to have evidence, is he?
let's be fair. This is like the third video
Wait,
we watched.
he
He hasn't provided any evidence.
Ed might say the Academy of Dietetic.
Okay, yeah, let's see if he says anything.
So
Let's see if he says anything. Okay.
I was a vegetarian when I was a child for the same reasons that we're discussing now. I actually got shingles, which was really unusual for someone of such a young age. Went to the doctors, I was really anemic, and he said she's not, I mean, I'm not saying this is the case now, but back then, the diet that I was having just wasn't meeting my nutritional requirements.
Well, dairy is an iron inhibitor anyway, but a vegan diet is healthier for you. It's not true in its blanket statement, because obviously you could eat, Oreos and Doritos all day and be terribly unhealthy. But at the same time, if you implement a whole foods plant-based diet, you're aware of where your nutrients come from, you're on that, then it absolutely can be.
Apart from the fact that you literally have to take vitamin tablets to stay alive. Okay, boys. Great video from...
Oh, that was it. That was his vitamins.
That was... So what his assertion is that you can't be healthy if you should have supplements in order to optimize your diet. That's what he's saying. But then he's also saying you need meat to survive.
But let's just steal Manny's argument for a second, okay? Let's say that that's actually correct. Let's say that the only way that we can live on a vegan diet is that we have to supplement, okay? If we've got a choice to be able to get a nutrient from a little tablet that we can take every day, and it saves killing 2.7 trillion animals, like why wouldn't we do that? Like, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely okay. Actually, this is a good analogy I sometimes use about the supplementation. Okay, and so let's imagine we're talking about vampires. Okay, just say there was vampires in the world and they were going around biting people and killing people and stuff like that. All right, is he going to say that vampires shouldn't stop being vampires if we bring out a blood substitute which allows them to not eat humans anymore? Is he going to make these same arguments and say, well, they can only live off it with a blood supplement, so therefore they should carry on killing people? You know what I mean? It's a terrible argument. Like, so even if that was the case, like the argument for taking the supplement and saving all the animals would still be the better argument. So
yeah, because you're conceding. You're conceding that there is an option for us to be healthy because you follow it with, yeah, but you need to take the supplement to do that. So you know that we can do it. You just don't like that you have to take a supplement.
Your argument would have to be, in that case would have to be, I mean, obviously this isn't even true. Like we can crack on. I mean, yeah, it is recommended that you take a B12 supplement, but then it's recommended for everybody, including you, to take a B12 supplement because genuinely...
So you better be taking it.
Yeah, because genuinely B12 is something that a large proportion of people are... Yeah, basically, just so you know what it is, because we've probably educated on what it is. So B12 comes from basically dirt. Basically, it's a bacteria that in dirt, and basically our food and everything these days is so cleansed and everything. It's so cleansed that we're just not getting it anymore. We're not eating from the ground. We're not getting it in the how we would. We're not
in the soil. And through drinking water, it's not there anymore.
And that's not a vegan problem; it's a food problem in general. Which is why I think it is you can look it up. It's about 60% of the US population are B12 deficient, and there's not 60% that are vegans. So it's so it is something that we genuinely all should be taking anyway. I can't remember what my actual point was. But yeah, I mean the point is The point is, it's just a trash argument, and no matter which way you look at it, whether we needed it or we didn't need it, the ethical option is, that we don't kill the animals. So,
yep.
I don't know.
And you're seeing it as an option, you just don't like it. So, what are you playing at?
Oh no, what I was going to say is he would actually have to prove that taking the supplementation would actually be detrimental for us.
Yes.
He would actually have to say that, taking that supplement would kill you, basically, when it doesn't. So... Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. I think that's kind of the end of that video, isn't it? I think he's kind of...
Yeah, it is.
Right, let's do this last one then. We've got 15 more minutes, people. Get in your last minute donations, and what I'll do, because I still can't log into my PayPal on my phone, it might just be my phone playing up, I don't know. I will go through and add it all up quickly before the end so we can get the grand total.
I will read some comments while you're doing that.
Yeah.
They say their cause is
so let's go vegans versus farmers.
What's going on in there is an injustice.
Good old Joey.
About animal welfare and a desire for a healthy lifestyle. and a desire for a healthy lifestyle has seen a huge jump in the number
What
of
was
us
that?
going vegan.
I don't know, just someone looking at the camera. Like,
Oh god, oh fuck, boys.
Concern?
That sheep has coronavirus. Run.
Yeah, let's just laugh at the sheep suffering. Yeah, well done, mate.
Welcome back, boys and girls.
You know what's funny actually though, ABLAZE, a lot of the pandemics that we see go around, they're zoonotic, so that means they originated from animals, and we see clusters of these viruses in animals
Yeah,
where they're factory farmed.
bird
So
flu
actually,
sound familiar? Bird flu,
Swine
BSC,
flu.
swine flu.
Yeah.
Yeah, all from
Literally
animals, mate.
Spanish influenza, which killed what, like 1 million people?
To another
literally came from a pig.
Yeah, there you go.
Video here on the ABLAZE channel. Of course, we're talking about angry vegans again. It really didn't take us that long to talk about them, just because
I'm really triggered and I need an outlet.
No,
they
I
are
need some
pretty
money.
entertaining to watch. They also get very angry. You'll be able to tell how many vegans are watching this video by the dislike button down below.
By the amount of money donated to the retreat. Cheers, guys. Donation
cheers.
link below.
Thank you.
What's going on in there is an injustice.
But it's okay, mate, because the ABLAZE army is pretty fucking strong.
Dude, the Blaze Army is rubbish. I'm sorry. We've posted this in your Discord and there's been no one of your
Nobody's
army.
come.
Not one of your army has turned up in the chat. Where are they? Where's this Blaze Army? Maybe what it is they might agree with you on your other videos. I haven't watched your other videos, so I don't know. But when it comes to this, maybe they all disagree with you. Maybe they just
Maybe they just don't even think like they're like you just mindlessly like go vegans. But when a vegan actually comes with an argument, you're like,
yeah. Where's the army, mate?
about that.
Where's the army? Send the army our way, please. One, we'll get more likes. We'll get more comments. This video will get more views. Please send the army across to any of our videos.
I'm
spread the word.
quaking in my boots. Quaking.
And actually, just as a shout out as well, obviously, you know, ABLAZE again, we're happy to debate you on this subject. And also, to put it out there, we will happily debate any of your fans, any of the army. So if you're part of the ABLAZE army, we will happily debate you on this subject. So just drop us a message and we'll set it up.
Enjoy this video, mate. Hit that like button and come over and follow me on all my social medias. Anyway, let's have a look to see what has got these vegans so riled up this time.
Hang on, just to point out, Nicole said literally posted it on your server and not a single one has challenged Ellie or Chris. Like, so they know where to find us. They're just not doing it.
Nicole, has anyone actually replied in there? Has anyone actually responded?
Yeah, there's people replying.
What have they said? We'll have a look in a minute. At the end, while I'm counting up, you can go
Yeah.
through his server and see what people have
What's
said.
happening to these animals is extreme.
But when does activism become extremism?
Standing up against the animal holocaust.
And what threat is that message causing to Britain's farming industry?
Jesus Christ, mate! What kind of quad bike is that? It's like if Batman had a quad bike, my dude. What the hell? So as always, these vegans are taking it upon themselves to try and combat farmers and farming. Obviously, they're not a big fan of it. But with this interview with the BBC, a bit entertaining because something I've noticed from this video, they'll tell the BBC something and then they'll go straight away to contradict what they've just said. Like, for example, they'll say that their protests are peaceful, and then in the next clip they're like rushing into the person's private property and shouting at the farmers. And then in one clip they say that what they do is legal, and then they're in the middle of the road trying to stop tractors from driving. So yeah, that's basically what.
I mean, technically, if we're gonna get technical, stopping the trucks is actually legal. As long as what was it? There's kind of the law against it where you can keep them slow moving. That means it's legal. Trespass is a civil offence, not a legal offence. I mean,
Yep.
I'm just nitpicking.
And
here,
you can especially do it when there's concern for the welfare of an animal. So it's not actually illegal to do that. If you cause property damage, it becomes aggravated trespass. But so
Yeah.
what do you mean?
And let's put it back into perspective. All this stuff you're saying is like, even if they are contradicting themselves, right? Who cares, right? What is extreme is not vegans walking onto someone's property. It's those pigs that are about to go in a gas chamber. That's the extreme part, not someone walking on some property. Everyone comes out alive. Everyone's fine. Someone's just a little bit annoyed.
Basically what today's video entails. So let's carry on.
When you're being called murderers and rapists, that is overstepping the mark there.
Oh yeah.
Can we just? I just want to.
There's something we need to. Are you going to say the same thing as me?
I think we are. That she never actually got those threats. She was just like, oh, my friends told me that they got threats.
Yeah.
But she's a farmer, and she admitted she never got any
Yeah,
threats.
she made a
whatsoever.
statement. It was actually back in the paper about the fact that she hadn't actually got all these death threats and stuff. It hadn't happened. She had just heard that friends of hers had. That was it. So she actually completely lied. So if you want to call someone out, there you go. Someone has completely lied there. Call them out.
There's no doubt that veganism is one of the fastest growing lifestyles. Half of all the UK's vegans are aged 15 to 34.
In the ages of 15 to 34, let's be honest, this kind of makes sense. Goddamn millennials. So sorry, boomers. While I actually do agree with some of the things they do protest, it's just really the way they go about it. And I guess you could argue saying that unless they...
Hang on, if you really agree with what they're protesting, then why is the way that they're going about it a problem to you? And from what we've seen from you, any way we seem to go about it is a problem for you. It's like, it seems to be a case of, if we are nice and quiet for you and don't make you think about the burger that
Yeah.
you want to eat,
Oh,
then
big
we're
sh-
being good little activists.
We got to give a shout out to Already Vegan, who's donated $5. Amazing. And Ratina, who's also donated another $5. Amazing.
Oh,
Keep those
thank you
coming in,
so
guys.
much.
We've only got another
We've
10
got, like,
minutes. And
10
then,
minutes, so
yeah, when the 10 minutes are up, I'm going to add it up. We can see if anyone's replied in ABLAZE, and then we'll wrap it up. So keep them coming in. Let's get last minute 10 minutes of power.
and we just want to clarify for the last people who came in, you might not know, but it's for the Retreat Animal Sanctuary. So really
Yeah.
important. It's not going to us, going to them.
Yeah, all money goes towards helping the animals because the sanctuary is suffering a bit with COVID at the moment. So this is all for them, basically. It's a sponsored roast.
get this much of a response or wouldn't have that much of an impact. But at the same time, we've literally been eating meats for hundreds of thousands of years. Even if we stop, then they're going to try and make the animals vegan. Good luck with that, mate. And it's the way that they tell us that they do very peaceful protests just to get their point across, when they really don't. As you're about to see in this next clip, they literally just barge into the person's private property, and then they start acting like the victim, and they try and play dumb, and they can't understand why farmers getting angry at them and pushing them, which to me is just so dumb.
So hang on, from what he's explained, he's saying, oh, we're being aggressive. But all he said is that they walk into a property. Then he explains that the farmers get aggressive. Like, that's so bizarre. Let's
The
actually see
protest
it.
started out peaceful, but it's not long into us filming till we see the lengths some of the protesters are willing to go to.
I'm interested to see what this is. I've seen this, but I can't remember.
Decided to go in private entrance to see if the staff would allow us just to spend a few minutes with the pigs.
The way she says that just...
That's aggressive.
Oh dear, they went in the private entrance to ask if they could have 2 minutes with the animals. God damn. The way he's talking, you're thinking they've gone in with machetes or something. Like, what the hell?
we get this, guys. Like, the music's building up. Like, the extreme lengths some will go. Hi, yeah, we were just wondering if we could go in and just see the animals for a minute because we're really sad about it. Extreme.
Shout out to Bumblebat for donating 15. Thank you very much. Is it with the epic quote? Animals are here with us, not for us. Very, very, very true. Very true. Right, let's crack on.
It's so dumb. She makes it sound like she's really innocent. Like, oh yes, we just wanted to see the pigs. Be really peaceful and just wanted to know if the farmers would let us see the pigs.
Well, hold on. Okay, as someone who literally organises these events, that is literally what we're there to do. That is what we're there to do. All we want to do is see the animal. Like, literally, this is the arrangement that we're happy with. If they just stop the trucks, let us see the animals for like 2 minutes, and then go again, we're fine with that. Well, we're not fine with it, obviously. That's not what we want to happen. But that's the arrangement we're looking for. We're not looking for anything more extreme than that in these vigils. But when the farmers aren't willing to do that, and then they're trying to hide basically the truth from people, then people will step up their game a little bit to try and make that happen, whether it's standing in front of the trucks, whether it's going in the private entrance to see this. Because in the end, the aim of these events is to be able to show people what is going on. And if the farmers are hiding it, then people are going to try and expose that. So realistically, you should maybe be having a word with the farmers and asking, why are they so secretive about this? What is the problem with stopping a truck for 2 minutes? Like, really, what is the issue? It's 2 minutes out of their day just to do it. And if they've got nothing to hide, then,
That's all. Literally run into the person's private property and try and barge their way in. What is literally the equivalent of someone breaking into your house and then you get angry at them. They're like, what? Why are you getting angry?
Well, no, actually, because there aren't rules. You haven't got a property that has loads of animals in it that someone could have concern over.
Yeah.
I mean, if there were, like, genuinely, if there were, a house and it was just had loads of like dogs in it, and someone did enter because they were concerned for the welfare of the animals, actually, people around wouldn't probably mind.
Yeah,
Like,
this is
funnily
actually
enough.
this is the funny thing, right? If that genuinely happened, if there was a house maybe had some sort of like puppy breeding thing going on and they really weren't looking after them, and a load of people ran into that house to try and get the dogs out and barge the people out of the way,
Heroes.
you'd be saying they're a hero. You'll be like, well done, that's amazing. What absolute heroes. When it comes to pigs, though, because you consume them and you want bacon, you're like, oh, what are they doing? So extreme. It's like it's so hypocritical. It's like unreal, because you literally would do that. Everyone would. This is the thing. Everyone would be absolutely celebrating. And that's why people, like with the Yulin Dog Meat Festival, for example, when people save dogs from the Yulin Dog Meat Festival, they are celebrated. They're like, oh my God, these people are heroes. When people like save a pig from a farm here, criminal. Literally what it is.
And the
criminal.
lengths you would probably go. Like, say if there were a puppy mill around the house and I was like, right, I need to go in there and have a look. You could be like, yeah, and when you find them, beat them up. Like, you'd probably, like, if you go to a trophy hunting video, look beneath it, look at all the comments that say, those people should be hanged for, like, they're horrible. These people should be shot in the face. These people should be, like, all these extreme things people say about people who abuse animals. Only some animals, though. Like, we're not doing that. But even then, you see us as aggressive.
Yeah.
Win. How do we win?
Well, we got 5 more minutes. Let's do this.
What the hell? Blows my mind that they can't see this. I'm literally sitting here in the video saying I do understand some of the things that they are protesting, but with them they're so narrow-minded that they can't see both sides of the story.
The group says that activism isn't violent.
One, because one side is violence, the other one is not. Which one are you picking, my dude?
And that they have a love-based approach.
Not everyone's like you and don't care about animals.
Oh, I do care about animals.
You care about animals, but you condemn them to a slaughterhouse.
Yes, how dare you have a job that your family has probably done for generations.
He wasn't even saying, like, how dare you have a job. He was questioning the morality of what's happening. He was saying that's what you do. He's just being honest with him. He's just telling him what his job. He's literally giving him his job description. He's literally reading it out. It's like going into like Tesco and going, you work on the till, you take money and put it in the till. That's all Joey's doing. He's saying you work here and you send those animals to their deaths. That's it. If they've got a problem with that, or if you've got a problem with that, I don't know.
You absolute pig. I also love that he has a vegan tattoo behind his ear. Very epic, bro. Very epic.
Not an argument.
It got really heated.
Well, yes, I'm not actually that shocked, to be honest, mate. You've basically just broken into their private property and you're screaming at the farmers.
Where was the people screaming? It was like the most low-key... It was just kind of like, go away. It was like the most low-key thing ever.
And if it was go away, then was that not the farmer?
Yeah. I don't know about you boys and girls, but my idea of a peaceful protest seems to be a little bit different to their standards of a peaceful protest.
Like staying at home.
Shocked why the farmers get angry
idea,
at them.
it?
Oh, of course, you've just broken into their farm.
How dare you treat us like that? One of the girls was just
here's the
picked
shouting.
up and flung right at me. You could just hear the pigs screaming. I said, really, we just want to acknowledge the fact that the pigs existed, that they deserve some respect at the end of their lives.
She says this, but then, like, clearly in the clip that they're recording, no one said that. They're literally screaming at the farmers, calling them rapists and monsters.
Wait,
hold on.
You just brushed past the fact that they literally assaulted them.
And they never said that. Did they actually say that? Was those words used? I didn't hear them. I mean,
I didn't
if they
hear
were,
them.
did anyone hear them say that? I mean, we could watch it back.
Go back, yeah, go.
I mean, if they did, they did. I mean, I didn't hear it, but
no one said that. They're literally screaming at the farmers, calling them.
Oh, hold on, we need to go back a little bit further.
Oh, so no, I think it's the next bit that they might say it.
The pigs existed, that they deserve some respect at the end of their lives.
She says this, but then, like, clearly in the clip that they're recording, no one said that. They're literally screamed why the farmers get
I'm going to go
angry
back
at them.
again.
Of course,
I really want to clear it
broken
up.
into their farm.
How dare you treat us like that? One of the girls was...
I also love that he has a vegan tattoo behind his...
I think it comes after.
Okay, let's just watch it.
Yeah, okay.
It got really heated.
Well, yes, I'm not actually that shocked, to be honest, mate. You've basically just broken into their private property and you're screaming at the farmers. So much for a peaceful protest. I don't know about you boys and girls, but
let's listen out.
my
Let's see if
idea
we...
of a peaceful protest it seems to be a little bit different to their standards of a peaceful protest. And then they act shocked why the farmers get angry at them. Oh, of course, you've just broken into their farm.
How dare you treat us like that? One of the girls was just picked up and flung right at me. You could just hear the pigs screaming. I said, we just want to acknowledge the fact that the pigs existed, that they deserve some respect at the end of their lives.
She says this, but then, like, clearly in the clip that they're recording, no one said that. They're literally screaming at the farmers, calling them rapists and monsters.
Bullshit.
It's coming. Well, play the next bit. Play the next bit because he might be.
Yeah, but he was just saying that. That's absolute lies. That's absolute lies.
One of the girls.
Really don't understand why she would lie either. It's not like the BBC doesn't have a massive camera crew on set recording their every single move. Why even bother lying? It just makes them look so much more stupid.
Yeah, why even bother lying? Your own words. Why even bother lying? Why are you making this up? That never happened in that clip. We just watched it twice. It's not there.
Like 3 times at this point.
Well, there's no need to push us. The police came in.
No, I'm still not hearing it.
This is private property. I respect your right to protest.
The footage quickly spread across social media within days.
And I just love the post that they put on their Facebook page. Also, great Facebook page. Liverpool Pig Save. I mean, straight to the point. Very nice. And they upload a video with the title, "Full activists try to bear witness to pigs moments before being slaughtered. The workers became aggressive and assaulted activists to stop filming." Well,
You're saying it like that, but that's exactly what happened. You literally saw in the clip, like, you're lying about things that happened in it, but you saw in the clip they were like physically assaulting them with like whatever that looked like, a little mini door thing. Like,
yeah, it's what they use to push the
saying
pigs.
it like that?
It's what they use to push the pigs.
Yes, yeah. And you saw someone else push, like, literally. So what are you talking about? Oh, they did this thing. I'm saying it to mock them because it's rubbish. Where?
Anyway,
and you saw. Sorry, I was just going to say, you saw the police say, "I respect your right to protest." If it was really that illegal and unpeaceful, don't you think they would have been arrested on site?
I know. What I was going to say is, it is past, so we're going to need to wrap this up. But should we do our closing statements for it now, or should we just go and add up stuff first and we'll do our closing statements?
I think we should add up stuff while I read the comments, and maybe we might get some more.
Okay, so you read some comments.
Through.
Okay, so yeah, so if you want to donate, this is your last chance to. Well, it's not your last chance to donate. The link will continually be down the bottom. So please give generously. I said all money will be going towards the retreat. The retreat are an amazing sanctuary. They've got over 1,000 animals there. Everything from pigs, chickens, turkeys, cats, dogs, fish. Like literally everything you can think of. They're incredible. I've been there and visited myself, and they are such an amazing sanctuary, and such a needed sanctuary as well. And we do have to support sanctuaries in these difficult times. So please give what you can. So I'm going to pass it over to Vegan Gaze while I add up what we have done so far. So I'm excited.
Yeah, so he's doing the tallying. That's exciting. Yeah, and if you can bring more through, that would be really, really, really good. So let's see, what have we got? If you've got a comment, put it through. I'm now paying attention. 59-year-old vegan here. Hello, Tina. 59-year-old vegan. Just making up stuff to defend his selfish desires. It would really seem that way. And I think it's a lot of it is like money driven. He's not really engaging with the actual topic. He doesn't really care all that much, but it's something that's easy, something that he doesn't get much backlash for. Vegans, they're not very much liked. Nobody really likes us, we're not a very popular group. So if we come along and destroy his arguments, we still look like the losers. So it's an easy group to just mock, easy money. People like looking at vegan fails, and it's just, you would expect better arguments. You really would, but it's just so surface level that he's just not engaging with it at all. He probably believes what he's saying. He's still playing into the grift. Yeah, I think for some part he does believe what he's saying. I don't think he's being too dishonest, even though in that last bit that seemed really dishonest, because Chris and I did not hear what he heard. Yeah, I can't get a message in with all these ABLAZE fans in chat. I know there's so many. His army is terrifying. Like, we have been well and truly swamped. Yeah, the server. Let's have a look at the server. So yeah, he has a Discord server, and I'm looking in general, and it's not very. I would expect it to be more active than it is, but this did get posted in there. There were just a few like trolls. Will any of them debate, Nicole? Because we'll happily debate them. Like, just somebody, just anybody, please. I want to engage with their galaxy brains. I really do. I think it would just be brilliant.
Can we just shout out that Leon's just donated another like $59?
Oh my, Leon!
Leon, you absolute lad. Absolute crab gang.
Crab lad. crab gang.
Right. Okay, I've added it all up. If anyone else wants to do a last minute donate, get it in now.
Have you added the $20 on the YouTube that will have 30% taken off?
Oh, okay. This is all in dollars on here, so I need to. Oh, okay, this is going to be rough. I'm going to work it out roughly. So what that be about? We'll say about $15. About what I think we're going to say it's $15. Yeah. Okay, so plus 15. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I have the grand total. If anyone wants to have a guess without adding up, because I'll be cheating.
Anyone can guess? Can any of you guess? Come on, can you guess?
And there may have been some ones direct to PayPal that I may have missed. I apologise if we have missed those. Like I said, for some reason I can't get into my PayPal. I didn't want to do it on my laptop because I know there's already a bit of a delay going on. So I can do that straight afterwards. So Vohan's saying 200.
I think it's more than that. I'm guessing 250.
You're guessing 250?
Yeah.
513? 300?
Here's wishing. 300. Yeah, I think it's closer to 300, to be honest.
Yeah. Like I said, if anyone else wants to last minute donate, now is your time.
Then please do. Tweet us would be great.
This sounds more like a bidding thing. Everyone's just trying to go higher.
Is this the money that you're giving us? So Nicole, you're giving us 235, then 400, then 500.
I'm gonna guess 50 because I'm a pessimist.
It would be great to hear the points of people who unironically defend a hunter that wants to return to monkey to stop the devolution of mankind. Yeah, and the devolution is going to happen in the process of 20 years because that's how evolution works.
Right. Okay then. Right. Is everyone ready for this? Are you ready? Are you ready for this?
You ready? I'm ready.
Okay. So the grand total raised by you incredible people tonight is, give it that X Factor kind of waiting thing. $378.04.
Oh, yeah, that's really good.
That's so good, everyone. Amazing.
And that's not including the YouTube super chat from Louis and the possible PayPal randoms.
And I'm going to chuck 50 quid in. So there's another 50
You're going to chuck 50 quid?
on top of that. So there you go.
Now you're making me feel like I should. I haven't got 50 quid. Damn it.
You don't need to take 50 quid. I can afford it right now, so I'm funding it in.
Okay. Okay.
It could be from both of us. We do 25 each.
No, don't do that.
It's all good. But yeah,
I'll put some money in. Not quite 50 quid, unfortunately.
But honestly, everyone, thank you so much for this. This is awesome, considering we did this quite last minute as well. And, it has been a little bit choppy on the stream and stuff like that. We literally, it is the first time I've done a joint live stream with this new setup and everything. So I'm glad it all went well, which is good. So yeah, that is amazing. And thank you for being an absolute credit for the animals. And I'm sure the retreat are going to be super happy with this. And like I said, once I've got all the money ready to send over, I will do a screenshot. I'll put it up on my Instagram, or we'll put it up on the community tab as well, so everyone can see that it's been sent over. And yeah, I'm sure the retreat are going to be proper happy with us. So
yeah,
amazing. And it's great that we can turn these negative videos into something positive.
Something positive, yeah.
Which is the
because
good thing.
it's just ridiculous. Like watching them, it's very upsetting. So it's like, well, actually, this becomes a positive. Like I come away from reacting to videos feeling very downtrodden. This is just a great way to feel better. Like there you go, nearly 400 quid. Well, nearly $400 for the animals. So
oh, I never shouted out. I don't know if I shouted out, but there's Jin Yong who's donated $7.90 and said, I thought this was a 24-hour stream. Is that Tim?
That's Tim.
Timmy boy. Timmy boy in the house. So yeah, I don't know if any of you old school followers remember that me and Tim did a 24-hour live stream a few years back. I really want to do another one, actually. I was talking about it today. If you're up for it.
He was wanting us to do a 24, so yeah,
we should.
I would be happy.
Maybe we can, maybe we can do one near Christmas or something. We'll do a 24-hour.
That would be cute. That would be cute.
Which would be fun. Just be prepared. It's difficult. I was dead by the end of it. I was absolutely dead by the end of it. But yeah, I guess we should wrap this up then by saying, ABLAZE, message to you, mate. Please go and please. I mean, obviously, this whole thing was about roasting you. That was the whole idea of this video: is to do a roast of your videos and make money for a positive cause out of it. Okay, but what we do want to say to you is, look, a lot of the things you're saying are just they're not true. They're incorrect. Please go and do your research. Please actually look at what veganism is. Please learn about stuff like the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, because all these claims you're making about that we need meat and stuff are completely false. And just really think about what you're doing when you're making these videos, because what you're actually doing is just insulting the animal suffering. You think you're just aiming it at the vegans and stuff and the silly things they do. And yeah, we will all admit that some vegans do stupid stuff like that. There are people out there that do stupid things in all circles, okay? We can fully agree. And I'm sure there are some clips that we can both look at and go, yeah, what they're doing is cringy or stupid. Like, we can all agree with that. But in the end, these people, what they're doing is they're trying to stop an atrocity. They're doing their best. They're good-hearted people that are literally just don't want animals to suffer. That's not a bad thing. We need more people like that in the world, okay? And you making these videos, mocking them, what you're actually doing is you're just mocking the animals suffering. That's what you're doing, because in a way you've got these animals coming in all these death trucks and stuff, and all you're doing is kind of ignoring that. You're pushing that to the back, and you're just trying to pick up on things like how a sign is written, or someone's got a vegan tattoo on their neck, or something like that. You're not ever combating what's actually happening and why they're there. And that's something that I really think you should have a proper understanding for, because you sound stupid. And like you're saying about dumbing things down, like this is why we have to dumb things down, because people come up with stupid arguments. Stupid arguments, what I was going to say is, expect stupid replies if you've got stupid arguments. But yeah, and like I said, we are more than happy to have a proper civil debate with you, like proper. We don't need to have a roasting thing. We don't need to shout and scream at each other. We can properly talk to you about veganism, what it is, our experiences, and explain exactly why we think this subject is so important and why we think you as a person should be on our side and not making these videos. So that is an open debate offer to you and to any one of your fans as well that wants to talk to us. We're completely available to do that. Obviously, if one of us isn't available, the other one will pick up. We're both happy to do it whenever you want, whether you want to do it on your channel,
we rotate.
Yeah, whether you want to do it on your channels or our channels, whatever you want to do. I mean, I would say, as you've made so many anti-vegan videos, how about we come on your channel, and if you're so confident with your argument, like, have us in front of your audience talking about it, and,
like roasting us. And
see how well it goes. And if you think to yourself you won't do that, think about why. Think about maybe because we've got a point, maybe your arguments aren't as strong as you think they are, because if you were so confident, you would jump at the chance. What great content.
You would, because it would be
hilarious. Amazing content.
I'm jumping at the chance for you. I don't even care if it's on yours or mine. I'm jumping at the chance for you to be here, because it'd be hilarious to watch you just fail with your bottom tier arguments.
But what amazing content that would be. You roasting vegans, like, face to face, making us look ridiculous. Like, that would get views, if that's what you're in it for and you want views. There you go. Yeah, there's the offer anyway. That's out on the table. Ellie, you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I'd just say, like when it comes down to it, like this is all like little roasting and whatever, like, but when you like just really just think about it, like you have your own life and you want other people to respect and value you. There's probably people who've gone through life disrespecting you and devaluing you, and you've not liked that. And that's what it comes down to, like the basic value of an individual sentient being. We do not need to consume them. I don't know where you've read that we do. And you know, when we have the opportunity to just leave them alone and it's all about respecting sentient life, why don't we do that? Like, it's all well and good just making your videos, making your money, but are you not going to regret this further down the line? Are you not going to wish that you empathized more with other sentient beings? Because you know, I don't know about you, but when I get to the end of everything, I'm going to hope that I did my best for others. You know, it's not just about you. We're on a big world, and it's not about just you. So maybe just take into consideration why you're even combating this in the first place, and if it's worth it. 'Cause I don't think it is. And debate me, bro.
So, bro, cool. Right, we are done then. So thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. Thanks everyone who's donated. Keep that going. Obviously, we'll keep sending them if you want to donate more. Links will stay down in the description. Obviously, feel free to tweet this to ABLAZE, put it in his server, do whatever you want. You know, spread it around, download the video, make clips of it. I don't care. Do whatever you want, whatever's going to help the animals. Just make sure that you mention to donate to the retreat if you do that. That's all we care about. And yeah, and hopefully we'll be doing another live stream together very soon. And
of course,
obviously, anyone that is, obviously, because you're on my channel, everyone please go over to the Incredible Vegan Gaze channel and give it all the love and support. Sub, become a salad,
please. Salad. It could be a salad and not just a salad, like ABLAZE.
Yeah, she's doing loads of amazing content. She's got a really great video about Mr. Beast supporting the dairy industry, just uploaded. So go and give that a like, you know, subscribe, hit that notification button, all that jazz.
Smash.
All good. Let's do it all for the animals. So yeah, cheers everybody, and we will see you next time. And keep giving money to the retreat. Go, go, go! Donate, donate, donate. Right. See you later, everyone. Bye bye.